Hello and welcome to AntipoDnD, a show in which a bunch of Australians play Dungeons and Dragons in a setting partly inspired by prehistoric Australia and New Zealand. I am David, your Dungeon Master, and our players are, as usual, Kynwyn, Doug, April, and Zindi. And quick announcement, next week I'm planning on taking a week off from running the show. I'm just worried about burning out. I love running this thing, but after some point it becomes a lot of work, so I'm going to take a week off. We'll probably be putting up a little bit of other content. I'm thinking I might put together a map making tutorial or something like that, so might not be of interest to everyone, but we'll see. The week after that, we're hoping to have a one shot run by our very own April Prime, which is going to be, we know very little about it, except it's in a world of her creation. So that is going to be, I'm definitely looking forward to that. And then after that, the intention is to return to our regular show. So thank you for sticking with us. The show will go on. Now let's pick up where we were last week. Our heroes are exploring the ancient ruins of a Xin-Ut or a Xin-Ut palace, which they have found is filled with ghosts. Ghosts, skeletons, and constructs in the form of these bronze rollers, some of which attacked them, but they were able to find a control rod to stop a third from being aggressive towards them. They did, however, encounter the ghost of Virus, the Archmage of Emperor Zun, or the former Archmage of Emperor Zun, leading an army of ghosts in rebellion against the Emperor's loyal guards themselves, now also ghosts, locked in eternal combat in the Great Hall of the palace. After a little bit of diplomacy and a little bit of a performance, as Vitericus was forced to slap Orsi into submission for attempting to take the Archmage's staff that lay at the ghost's feet, but with the skeleton's body. They managed to avoid antagonizing the wizard and have moved forward into the palace's kitchen, where they found an enormous barrel, a tun, as it is traditionally called, containing an ancient wine, 800-year-old red Ginault wine, which
a good job.
Morzod, of course, tasted. And it turned out to be so good that it caught the attention of the cleric's god. Bruin Lach had a quick word of her before explaining that he was breaking the rules by doing so, but invited her to pour him a cup at a more convenient time, since he was in the middle of something. And it's at that point, with our characters taking a brief moment to relax in the apparently non-hostile environment of the kitchen, that we pick up right now.
I think, hang on, let me just check Astro.
Foundry.
I think Ossi's just sitting there, excuse me, is just sitting there with like a little mirror open going like, did it leave a mark? Can you see anything?
No, it's okay. I healing worded you last session. It's fine.
No. Yeah, last session. Cool, thanks. What's the session?
Similar thing to health bars.
Oh, I see.
That sort of stuff. Yeah.
Okay. He closes his little mirror and puts it away. Look, I'm sorry. Taking stuff.
I don't understand why you're doing it the hard way. If we resolve this ghost's problem and it disappears, the staff is yours to take.
Where is it going to disappear to? There's no where for it to go. I thought we talked about this.
Well,
Aren't
yes,
all
but it'll
ghosts
just become one of my
stuck here?
shades. It'll be fine.
Is that how it works?
I mean, eventually they all seem to find their way to me, so...
Again, I don't know enough about ghosts to go against what you're saying, so fine. But we can't leave that staff. I need it for things.
Perfect. Well, assuming that all goes to plan, we will definitely get it. Although, something I've learned from my life out and about is don't hold on to anything too tightly. Sometimes you can't get everything you want out of an encounter. You just have to let the prize go.
Oh man, Vidi wisdom.
You don't understand. Look, I can't tell you. I just need it, all right?
All right. Well, we'll do what we can to get it. Also, I seem to have this golem control rod. Should I have that, or should somebody else have that?
Well, he's done a good job with it.
I
He
mean,
found
look,
the off button.
You did. You can hang on to it for now, but
Can I just
I don't know
say?
how many other.
Can I just say, Photericus is growing. He just said, "Should I have this?"
Learning, character arc. I'm happy for you to hang on to it. You seem to know how to use it, but after we leave here, I would ask for it if you don't mind.
We don't need it to save our butts
Sure.
anymore.
Yes, that's fine. Also, I'm going to fish into my pocket somewhere and pull out what's left of Zerasa's pyrite cube of holding whatever, and hand it back and go, I believe I was meant to give that back to you at some point.
Oh, yes, thank you.
Wonderful.
Put that back in my equipment. Well, what's Morzon, the other one doing? Dagmar, that's it. Sorry. You slapped me really hard!
None taken.
Morzod is likely just sort of exploring and seeing if there are any other interesting kitcheny bits. And he's also got that mug because he's not finished it yet because obviously you don't quaff that stuff.
And I believe, Dagmar, you had a sip of it at the end, but you didn't have a divine experience.
No, I just enjoyed a wee nip of wine in the bowels of an ancient ruin. So, I'm having a good day.
Hey,
Cool.
made him all right.
I might wander over, not on top of Morzod. I will stand next to Morzod.
I mean, buy me a drink first. Anyway.
Bruinlark's on the front of this ton, isn't it? Isn't he?
Yes.
Sorry.
Well, it's
Wonderful.
certainly a common... the artwork you see is often how Bruinlark is depicted. Very much a Dionysian figure.
Yep. And we know from other conversations with Zerasa that the names we have for the gods are not the names that the Genolt Empire had for them.
That seems likely, yes.
Cool. In which case, I might have a look and go, Zerasa, I know you're tired. We are working towards that end, or towards resolving that. But who's this on the front of the wine cask here?
Oh, hello. Yes, that's... Oh, we just call him the dancing god.
The dancing god.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Is he still around?
Why? No, there's still some folk who call him that, I think.
Oh,
It's
wait.
all about festivals and parties and that.
Is that why you just had a one-sided conversation?
What?
Never mind. I thought I heard you talking to someone that I couldn't hear, which was strange because that's normally how other people experience us.
I was talking to Dags.
Okay.
That's true.
Maybe you were thinking loudly.
I was...
Sorry.
I think I probably do think loudly. Actually, I will point out that so far in all of this, Morzod has not done any of the thinking straight to Zerasa thing, and everyone's very lucky that he has, because it would have been in all caps. Because when he's trying to think, obviously, he's going to think real loud.
Sign up
Anyway.
for the dancing god. He sounds way more fun than my god.
Days
You three are done. Can we
good
go?
times.
Yes. Dagmar, shall we check this quiet, isolated storeroom over here to see if there's anything worth taking?
Yeah. Where is
Okay.
it? Wait.
At first glance, it looks very much like a pantry. You've got barrels, you've got some old sacks, you've got cupboards, drawers, crates. At first glance, there doesn't seem to be anything of value in here, but you can rummage through it all if you want with an investigation check.
I will help Dagmar
Thank you.
move
Yeah,
the
well, I'm
dancing
interested
lights
in
around.
investigating that as well, because cooking and brewing and such.
Oof,
Is there
glad
any,
I need the
like-
help. That is
Is
an
there any
8,
like soft
narrowly
rubble on the
missing a
ground
natural
anywhere?
1.
Ooh, jeez.
Ooh.
I missed all of that.
Sorry, go on.
April, please repeat what you said.
Oh, Discord lag. Is there any like soft rubble on the ground anywhere? Like somewhere where Glow could scratch?
Soft rubble? Sorry?
Yeah, like loose stone. I assume the floor is stone.
The store is stone, yeah.
Yeah, is there anywhere like kind of broken up or like soft, or is it like a nice pile of dirt for her to like scratch around in?
Oh, there's a good amount of that in the kitchen, yes.
She would love to find a pile of dirt and do a little investigation check.
Cool, okay. Kindwind, what did you roll?
I rolled an 8.
Okay.
What stat are we rolling?
Investigation.
It's cool. You
Uh,
assisted me. I
Yeah.
think.
Morzod, you gave Kindwind advantage.
Oh, groovy.
And so you basically find a long, rotten food. It's actually so far gone that you barely even recognize that it was food at any point. You do find some old animal bones, perhaps chicken or pig or something like that.
No
But
recipe cards?
no recipe cards, I'm afraid.
Oh.
These are some fascinating mold sculptures.
You do find what probably would have been spices at some point, but they seem to have lost, judging by their aroma, they seem to have lost most, if not all, of their flavour by this time.
Oh, that'd be dust. 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 Ah. Well, 800-year-old pantry, what do you expect?
Sorry, folks, not every room can have magic items in it.
That's fine.
Totally fine.
Glow rolled a 6.
Glow does not find anything aside from basically a metal spoon. It looks like it's made of iron.
Nice. I think she likes that.
Yeah,
That's good.
Glow's probably excited by it.
Yeah.
She
She's a burrowing owl, so
Archaeology.
I wanted her to have some burrowing. Yeah.
Archaeology bird.
Yeah, that's why I chose burrowing owl, because she digs.
That's so cute. That's so cute.
She's a good girl. Okay,
Mm-mm.
she's gonna
Alright.
stop doing that now.
So, the kitchen, besides the hallway bottom left towards the pantry that you've just been through, there is another one to the top right, which leads to a closed set of double doors. You've reason to believe, based on instructions given to you by both Virus the Archmage and Zurasa herself, that the throne room is either on the other side of those doors or not far from those, and not far beyond those doors.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Zurasa, one last question before we go in. Yeah, I know, I'm sorry. But are there any protocols that we have to observe, assuming that Emperor Zun is still alive and expecting courtly decorum as we enter?
Oh, are we expecting that? Well, refer to him as, I'm going to have to translate these, but refer to him as Your Magnificence or the Golden One, and show deference at all times, and do not suggest courses of action without being asked for advice.
Okay. Good.
Right.
Excellent.
Should we, before we go any further, should we agree that Vertericus is going to do the talking and that maybe we shouldn't interrupt?
He did a good job with that, what's his face?
Mm.
Fine.
Tall, scary ghost, yeah.
Please interrupt if I'm attacked, though. That would be nice.
Are
Oh,
we
yeah, I mean,
expecting him to be there?
I have no idea, but given that we have Archmage Virus back in the main hall, we may have a ghoulish apparition that's prolonged his life through unnatural means. We may have a ghost. We may have all sorts of things.
Do you try to
Zurasa
attack a ghost?
Zurasa speaks.
Is
Sorry, Zurasa speaks up and says, "His life was extended while he was alive. I do not expect it could survive 800 years without further magical intervention, but I don't know what that would do to any ghost that might be left behind. But I don't know, maybe somebody helped him survive. That would be a pleasant surprise.
You'd be bloody bored down here.
And just sad I couldn't be there for him.
Well,
Oh, let's
we'll
find out.
know until we get there. Yes, let's go.
Right. Onward.
Okay.
Okey-doke.
Hey, you got that stick, right?
The control rod, yes. I think I still have that.
Oh.
I will be holding that loosely in my right hand.
Wait.
Let's open a door, shall we?
Dagmar, do you want to have a look at it first?
I can, yeah.
Okay, investigation check, please.
Can I stand back here?
20, but flaccid.
A flaccid 20. It does not look to be trapped, and there's no evidence of it being locked either. Certainly you don't see a bar on this side, and you get the impression through the tiny crack in there that you don't see the shadow of a bar on the other side.
Well, the good news is that it's ominously inviting.
Perfect.
So
Let's go.
let's do the thing.
Okay. Vetericus leads the way in, and you see another vast space.
Great.
A high domed ceiling. You've got columns around the room. The floor is another magnificent mosaic of with many golden tiles, golden tesserae in this one, and also a very rich blue that must have been some kind of stone or gem that had to be imported based on the rest of the architecture you're seeing around here. So it is an extraordinary room. We've got frescoes all around showing heroic and saint-like figures leading armies and protecting people, shielding them against the elements, against storms. And it's truly a magnificent place. There are further skeletons right throughout, including on a raised platform at the north end of the room. There is a golden throne, or at least gold covered, with various intricate designs carved into it. Seated on that throne are the skeletal remains of a humanoid wearing scale armor that itself appears to have been covered in gold, but also superimposed over the skeleton, but seemingly larger than life. You see a skeleton, you see a ghost of an individual wearing the same golden armor that the skeleton is wearing, and a massive headdress with these also with what looks like gold in it, but the face of the individual is they look ancient, they look older than time itself. And unlike the token, which I've drawn them in a fairly generic pose, the individual that you're seeing is slumped on the throne, looking downcast, face looking down, doesn't seem to have noticed your entrance, Vetericus.
Wonderful. Well, I'm going to walk to the center of the room, like there. Bow deeply. Oops, sorry, go.
Yep, as you move in, Vetericus, you're used to seeing shades, random shades moving about. This room has twice, maybe 3 times as many shades as you're used to seeing, and many of them seem to be hovering about the ghost on the throne. The rest of you can't see any of these shades. You only see the ghost. And Vetericus, as you get a bit closer, you see this giant, oversized ghost. You see it's as though there are multiple shades within this being moving around. Almost like if you've seen like a slug with wasp larvae growing inside it. You've got this, skin with these creatures moving around
Content
inside.
warning.
Sorry. But this is completely unlike the ghosts you saw in the Great Hall earlier.
Wonderful. I'm going to quietly think to Zarasa, is this Emperor Zun? Does this look like him? Except, bigger and wrigglier?
And she says, "Oh, Zunny, he looks so sad."
Wonderful. Thank you very much. So I'm going to step forward, bow deeply, and proclaim, "Hail, Emperor Zun, the Golden One. Your Magnificence, Archmage Zarasa has sent us to aid you."
And Zarasa translates for you as you speak, once again like a Babel fish or a universal translator. The words that come out of your mouth aren't the words that you think, but you know that the meaning is being conveyed as accurately as possible. And the giant ghost slowly looks up at you and says, "Who are you? Why have you come here?"
Wait, let me get the names right. Your Magnificence, we are here at the behest of Archmage Zarasa. There is a problem that only she can assist with, and we are here to pay our respects to you and to assist you in any way we can while we are here.
And he says, "Zarasa, she left me. She abandoned me. They all abandoned me. Traitors! Traitors!" And
Oh, Golden One. Sorry, I shouldn't interrupt.
and he seems to almost lose interest in you and he starts staring at the skeletons on the ground before him again.
Oh, Golden One, Zarasa did not abandon you by choice. She was captured by the foul Archmage Virus.
Virus, yeah.
Yes, good. Excellent.
Vitericus remembers that.
Yes, that's right. Virus, and held within one of your golem cores, and therefore could not come to your assistance.
But give me a persuasion check, please.
Gladly. I think acting only works on performance and deception, so that's fine. Persuasion. That is a 23.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, boy.
He says, "Virus, he said she betrayed me. He lied, as he always lies. Zarasa, where are you? Where are you?"
That ghost.
And therein, my lord, lies the rub. Zarasa is soul blended with the four of us.
Behind a pillar. That's look over here.
That's kind of an awkward thing. Just kind of standing over my hands in my pockets.
So blended. I do not understand.
Neither did we until Archmage Zarasa explained it to us. Your
Can
Magnificence.
if I think, sorry to interrupt, if I think, can Vitericus hear what I say, right? Like,
That only works if Zarasa's like actively linking, I think.
You can try, but you are aware that Zarasa is actively translating for Vitericus as he speaks at this point.
right, okay.
She's running on empty.
I'll leave it. She's not Broadwind. She's dial up. Okay.
It's actually, I was about to interrupt Vitericus anyway, because Vitericus, as you speak, you suddenly realize that the words your body is uttering aren't actually the ones that you're thinking. The words that come out in Chinut, you do understand their meaning because Zarasa is now reverse translating for you as she speaks with your body. And you hear yourself saying, "Zunny, it's me. I was... Oh, strange voice. This is... Wow. Ha. Hi. Hi. It's me. I'm in all 4 of these people. New friends. It's strange. This is very tiring. We need to... I'm so sorry. You seem so sad. But we need to go into my lab to finish the experiment. I think it was interrupted, or Viras stole my cube, because he was supposed to complete the experiment, and I think he changed his mind and started a rebellion. So I'm sorry, this is my fault. And and the ghost of Emperor Zun says, "Zurasa, I did ask you not to call me Sonny in front of others."
I mean, that's proof that it's her, though, eh?
Yeah.
While Zarasa's speaking through me, can I slip into Vitericus the Seance performer mode a little bit and sort of move my body in a way that suggests that I'm being possessed and the spirits are speaking through me?
Sure, give me a performance check.
Wonderful.
With advantage, because that is definitely what is happening.
Acting. So I rolled an 18 and a nat 20 for a 26.
Okay. And the Emperor says, "Zorasa, how long has it been?" And through you, Zarasa says, "Your Magnificence, I can't keep doing this. It is very tiring, and it might kill me, which is odd because I'm disembodied, but I'm going to have to let the body hosting me, I'm going to have to let that individual speak again, but I believe it has been 800 years. Bye. Please believe my new friends. They speak truth."
Mostly. I don't say that out loud, by the way. Cool. So I will slip back out of trance mode and confirm that it's been 800 years, give or take.
And the Emperor says, "So long. I died."
I'm afraid so, O Golden One.
That explains too much. But Viras, did he die too?
In a manner similar to you, Your Magnificence. He is dead, but still here.
We are ghosts.
Indeed.
And as you're saying this, Vitericus, you can see his ghostly form is actually starting to fade. It's almost a Back to the Future effect, where it's as though something in this realization is breaking his tether to the material plane. And he says, "Zurasa, are you truly still alive?"
Has Zarasa hijacked me again, or is Zarasa asleep?
No, she hasn't.
Okay. Ooh.
Is she still awake? Is she still responding?
She is not responding.
There you
You
go.
can say
Pretend to be
lie.
her. Yeah.
Say her soul is
Yeah,
here,
I
but
think
I
I'm
mean, we
going
don't
to
know.
slip back into performance mode and deliver a suitably Zarasan sort of not quite long-winded explanation, but technical explanation of how alive Zarasa is, to the best of my knowledge.
Is he still speaking Shinoltan, even without Zarasa?
You start speaking, Vitericus, and the words come out in common.
Mm.
And it's at this point that Emperor Zun says, Zarasa! Sky und Kreuzkönige.
Subtitles.
I'm going to pantomime something along the lines of Zurasa, because that's a name that we've got in common, right? Zurasa sleeps.
Performance check, please.
Language bad. No advantage on this one, I don't imagine. I don't think I'm acting or anything in particular. That is a 22.
Cool. And the Emperor seems to nod his head and points towards there is a small wooden door to your left, Vitericus, near the, over there. And it says, Uklanske Zorasa Klenkuf Bukles.
I'm going to bow very deeply and make my way over to the door, not turning my back to the ghost of the Emperor, showing him due deference.
Very good. The ghost
he's going to scramble up.
the ghost looks at the other three of you and waves you on.
Wonderful. I will open the door then and walk in somewhat confidently.
Okay. So, Vitericus, what you see...
Ah, glow!
Bird stuck.
Back.
Bird, no.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Hang on.
You can...
Go ahead of me.
You can use the arrow keys, press left and up simultaneously to move diagonally.
That's all right. Sometimes I lose the side of her and I can't grab her anymore. It's okay, we're good then. Yeah.
Next time, let me know and I could grab her for you.
Just bird problems.
Yeah, just bird problems. Family problems.
So, you move into
this is his lab.
another
lab.
rather impressive room. You see, but it looks like it's been completely... For a moment, you think it's been completely done over, like somebody's ransacked the place. But as you look around, you immediately go, oh, no, wait a minute. This is the lab of a working wizard. This isn't a place of experimentation. This is why everything's a mess. And you can see that although there are these beautiful mosaics on the floor that are, there are parts where it's just been ripped up or scuffed, or tesserae have been broken and scattered about. There are frescoes around, but these are depictions of wizards and dragons and other magical creatures. But again, there are scorch marks. There's things cut in, grooves cut into them. There's been a lot of crazy stuff happening in this room to leave this kind of damage. To the top right of the room, you can see there are these 3 huge glass jars, which are largely milky, covered up and difficult to see through from a distance from where you are. And if you move around, you can also see on the left there are these 2 huge rings of, it looks like copper, laid into the floor, and standing next to them, it's not properly depicted, but hoisted up on a wooden frame, there is something like a mannequin made of bronze.
Man, oh man.
Robot.
This is incredible. Of course, he's going to go right over to those copper rings and just lean down and just run his fingers across them.
Give me an Arcana check, please, Orsi.
In the background, Mozart is kind of eyeballing the jars and looks a little bit uneasy.
13.
But that's about all you see out of Mozart.
13. You've not seen installations like these before. They're probably used to enhance magic somehow. They might be replacement for certain components in spells.
Zarasa, are you there? Is she gone? Did you hear her, Vatericus?
So I repeat, Zurasa sleeps.
I speak common.
Wonderful. Zurasa's asleep. I don't know what's happening. She's not responding.
Great. I mean, look at these copper rings. Copper's incredibly conductive when it comes to electricity and other things like that. I assume this was part of the cell transfer.
Would sell for a bit, I'd imagine, too, right?
Copper? No.
Yeah.
Depends on the market.
Vatericus wanders off.
I mean, you can sell really
Anyway.
bad copper to someone, but they'll leave a complaint behind, and they.
Look, this must be her golem. It wasn't what I was expecting. Pretty humanoid.
yeah. Nice.
Yeah, as you look at it, you see this is completely unlike the bronze rollers that you encountered in here previously, aside from the fact that this is made of bronze with what looks like some steel components for its endoskeleton. But it is also completely unlike any golems that you've seen in the Coruscant Academy. Normally, what wizards do to create a golem is they just create a vaguely humanoid form out of a single lump of, for example, clay, iron, whatever, and then they just inject into it magic and say, okay, now take this material you're made of and learn how to use it in a vaguely humanoid way. And a lot of magic is spent in making that happen. It looks like Zarasa has gone out of a way to make a construct that is perfectly jointed to mirror how humanoids normally move. And it's extraordinary what you're seeing there. It looks like she's gone out of a way to make it as easy as possible for whatever magic is inserted into it to be able to move the frame. And
Dagmar, get off the ring.
Sorry.
Dagmar, as you move around there, you see just to the north of you, where I've pinged the map, there is a chair. It's actually the only chair you've seen in this room, but it's unusual in that it's actually got these two big wheels on it on the front and two smaller wheels at the front. And in it, there is a skeleton. And as you look down at the skeleton, you see that the legs actually end just above the knees.
Oh, guys?
Hmm?
Is this Sarasa? Did I find Sarasa?
I don't know.
Anyway, there's a skeleton in this box. And it looks like it was put there more purposefully than all the other skeletons we've seen.
Have any of us seen a contraption like this before?
Give me, you know what, actually I think Orsi probably would have seen things like wheelchairs in the past. But this is a little different. It looks very fancy. It looks like it has all the hallmarks of Zarasa's design. You think she made this, she designed and built this for herself. And you think that she was sitting in this wheelchair when she died. Or at least when her soul was removed from her body.
It's a wheelchair, Dagmar. People who can't walk use them.
Cool.
I have
Why
no
can't they
idea.
walk? Are they tired?
I mean, look at the skeleton.
Oh, right. Carry on.
I didn't know they had them 800 years back. I suppose I should have assumed they did, considering how advanced this society was. Look, I know I tell you lot not to touch things all the time, but just this once. Look for a cube. We need to find another one of those soul vessels. Can I make an investigation check, see if I can find one?
Sure.
Just like drawers. Oh, I don't want to touch her body. Is there anything near her? Is there another one near her? Like, everyone's spread out.
You see that the desk to the left of the room, it has got things all over it. That seems to be where things are put when she's about to use them.
Okay, I got it. 12. If anyone else wants to make an investigation check, please go ahead.
12 is enough in that you do find 2 more of these pyrite cubes.
I found more. I don't know any animancy. I don't know how to use these. Is there instructions anywhere? Can anyone find a spell book or anything? Actually, don't touch the spell book. There might be a warding room. But if you find like a big book,
There's a lot of books.
really big
Oh,
important book.
I hope it's got pictures.
Um,
Sometimes I do.
okay, anybody who's searching for books, scrolls, etc., please give me investigation checks.
Can I say I'm searching for scrolls, books, and whatever, but search for like vaguely animantic bric-a-brac that I could pocket?
Sure. Okay, we'll get to you in a moment. Those who are searching for scrolls, please
I
roll.
rolled an 18.
Mm-hmm.
Mine would be a sawn off roll because like Mozart, he understands book, but probably wouldn't be able to pick out important book very well.
Mm.
I don't know. Can I roll for looks important book?
Yeah, that can be the
Alright.
focus of your investigation. Looks important
Right.
book.
Investigation -1. Here we go. Yeah, that is a 2 -1. I get a 1.
Okay.
Yeah, cool.
Mozart does not know what's going on,
No,
and he's
you-
aware of that.
There's a room.
You keep on noticing that there are pictures of dragons on the walls. And
Yep.
dragons are cool.
Yep, absolutely.
But Dagmar,
Sorry.
you find a number of various magical scrolls. In fact, you find 7 scrolls. You can't really understand them, largely because you're not magical at all. But yeah, you have seen the occasional magic scrolls. You think these must be for casting things. You also find 7 different scrolls, but then you find 3 more scrolls that all appear to be identical. So it seems to be 3 copies of the same spell.
Okay. So I am going to bundle them up and run them back to Orsi. Like, hey, Orsi, I found... Oops, sorry. I'm not stepping on
Stop
it.
stepping on the ring!
It's the grid. I can only walk in straight lines. I found a bunch of...
It's a dwarf thing.
This is certainly something Morzod has never had a problem with.
Yeah, well, you know.
I found a bunch of magic-looking scrolls, and this one has 3 copies. So I figure it's either important or completely unimportant.
Good work.
But there's definitely a spectrum there.
Vitericus,
I
let's have
will.
your bric-a-brac investigation roll, please.
Certainly. That is an 11 total.
Okay. You do find...
T-shirt saying I learned animancy and all that kind of stuff.
You do find some kind of amulet. And something about it, you've seen magical amulets in the past, and you think something about this looks like it's designed for a magical purpose. It's basically an iron disc with a large pearl at its center, which is mounted in a copper frame. And all of these elements have you thinking, these look like magical components.
Gotham
I will
detected.
make note of it, but not pick it up just yet.
Okay.
I'm just trying to decide whether to cast Detect Magic first or just cast Identify, because I don't have that many, so...
I think I've got detect magic.
Can you do that, Morzor?
Oh. Hang on a minute, I'm just gonna check if I do.
I would like to think Morzod did say, I think I can do that.
Yeah, I think I
This
can do
entire time.
that. Oh, yeah, about that.
The voice is,
Hang on,
hey man, I've been wondering when you figured that out. But I mean, carry on, you be you.
Yeah, I do have that one.
how long have you been able to do that?
I don't know.
I went to
Wine
school.
cleared your sinuses.
I went to school for like 30 years, and you can just do it. This is what I do with gods and clerics and warlocks and stuff. It's
And
ridiculous.
sorcerers.
So ridiculous.
Basically
Stupid.
anyone who isn't a wizard.
Anyone who's not
Yeah.
a wizard who knows magic. It's not fair. It's stupid. We have to work for it anyway. Can you detect magic? Can you see if these are magical?
I'll can try. So let me see. There's just one spell slot for that, eh?
You can either ritual cast. Wait, can you ritual cast? I don't know. I'm not sure. Does it have a little R next to it?
It's look. I'm squinting at this thing. It's got a little diamond and an R. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so R means ritual, which means
Yep.
you can not use a spell slot and take 10 minutes to cast it ritually. But it's up to you. It's up to you.
We got 10 minutes. You guys fine with Morzod peering real hard at everything for a minute?
That's how he casts detect magic.
You can see like smoke coming out his ears as he squints at everything and dares it to be magical. He's just gonna.
I mean, this is a matter of life and death, quite literally, for us. So if you all want to sit here for 10 minutes while you cast your spell, I'm happy to.
Concentration 10 minutes. If I don't do it that way, how am I supposed to do it? It
You use
doesn't
the
really
spell
give me.
Just use the spell slot.
Spell
I'm having one of those
Spell-
days.
Words are hard.
Spell
Spell
slot.
Spell slot.
Spells-
So yeah,
Spanish
if you
blot.
cast it, it uses a spell slot. If you ritually cast it, you just sit down for 10 minutes and like do whatever you need
Yeah.
to do.
Look, I think if we think we've got 10 minutes to spare, then Morzod will just sort of sit down and think magic thoughts.
Yeah,
And
I-
see
Do that.
Does Morzod's ritual involve the imbibing of wine? I feel like
I mean,
it should.
he's still got his mug. Yes.
Yeah.
So squinting at everything real hard and taking contemplative sips
Yeah.
as he thinks about, is any of that actually magical? Do I feel the cosmic revelry of
after-
magic?
Approximately 10 minutes of sipping your wine. You must
Ruminating.
have found the critical mass of alcohol necessary, and
It's like the point in Guitar Hero where you're suddenly really bad and then you've had enough drinks and you're really good.
suddenly everything bursts into color, also like Guitar Hero, and you can see that there's a lot of residual magic in this room. Certainly a lot of evidence of magic being practiced again and again and again. That's even after 800 years, this is
Still have a bit of a shimmer.
yeah, this is just the black light over the room. It's just there's been magic here, magic. But yes,
magic.
all of the scrolls that Dagmar found, her intuition was right. They are all magical. And I'm not going to go through all the 7 individual ones, but the 3 identical ones, you do get a strong sense of necromancy from them, which you would associate with the transference of a soul, or the release of a soul, or the control of a soul.
Oh. Yeah, it's all shiny. Them scrolls, there's it's like a grave dust. It's definitely smelling like
What school of magic?
dead things.
Okay, necromancy.
So it was they call it that, yeah. With the gribbles and the things that you know what clerics are supposed to bounce and whatnot.
You use necromantic spells.
I don't.
There's a couple of them that clerics use.
Never paid attention to them.
I can see that. Anyway.
But yeah, no,
hmm.
them's ones you got. There's they're for grave dust.
Are they? Is the essence of the scrolls like transcendent? Do wizards just understand, or is it all in Genolton and I have no idea what spell this is?
It is
Does
all
it have a go button?
It is all in Genolton, but you might be able to at least read them as they're written, even if you can't understand the meaning. The script is not, the script is alien to you, but you seem to have a few a little residue of Zerasa in your head, as though she's still trying to help you. So please give me a, we'll make it a straight up intelligence check, please. Oh, Orsi?
Okay. I've been rolling so bad.
Oh, now's
Okay,
the time to roll good.
Positive.
Positive
Nat
thoughts.
20. Nat 20. Okay, not bad. 14.
14. You look over them, and as you're going through it, you can start to feel phrases appearing and in your head, and you're looking and you're thinking, I think I can do this.
What if we all think real hard about it, like at Aussie?
Mordor, I would love nothing more than if you didn't do that. You know, your detect magic lasts a while. Why don't you go for a walk? Why don't you try and see if you can ping anything else cool?
Yes, come with me. I have a thought.
And actually, Orsi, as you're looking at it, you realise that some of what's there, it isn't script to be read. It is actually an illustration, which shows two circles
Step by step.
with two symbols inside and what looks like an arrow drawn between them.
Okay.
Do you think,
Yeah.
Viddy?
You two go for a walk. I'm going to figure this out. Don't pocket anything, please. Just
I
not
would
in
never.
here. Just not in here. Please, I'm begging you.
Of course. So I'm going to wander over and get Morzod to look at my amulet.
All right. What does Morzod say?
It is definitely magical. It has a strong sense of... I have to double check. I think it's transmutation.
That one's shiny as well. Just real pretty when you're looking for this stuff. I should do it more often.
Yeah, it's something to do with changing or moving or making something behave in a strange way.
Yeah, that one's shiny. It's all kind of shifty. Shifty
Wonderful.
looking.
Well, thank you, Morzod. That is very good to know. And I will file that away and stare at it for a long time before I walk off.
Does Morzod see anything particularly interesting or sparkly while he's sort of gazing about in UV mode?
Well,
It's got a 30-foot
yeah,
range. So.
you did not do well on your investigation check, but
I really did not.
You don't see... Let me just double check my list of potential loot.
And if there's something particularly bright, it'll probably catch his attention even if he has
Well,
no
actually,
idea what he's looking at.
now that you do have detect magic up, you do actually spot two more scrolls that Dagmar hadn't noticed in that pile.
Okay, I'm gonna... Where is that at on the map?
9 scrolls. So many scrolls.
Where's... Can you ping where that's at?
They are around here.
Okay, well, Morzod's gonna kind of wander over and just kind of... He's got his mug in one hand. He's definitely not touching anything because he's well aware that when there's technical things around, he should not be touching them.
And
But he's
Like
looking.
spilling wine on shit. Like
Yeah. He knows that Aussie would be very upset if he made
he's
a
always
mess.
angry.
Yeah.
And one of those spells is definitely... one of those scrolls definitely has a necromantic smell to it. I'm just checking the other one now.
Is that how Morzod's detect magic works? He smells
Yeah, look,
the different
I
types of
think that's
magic.
'cause he's got the aromatic thing, you know. He can say, "Oh, well, this has notes of chicory and necromancy and."
Here we
Yeah.
go. The other one is transmutation.
Hey, Dags. Dags, there's a couple more here that are all shiny.
Ah, let me have a look.
Look, that one there is grave dust again, and that one smells kind of shifty.
Oh,
I better
Yeah.
hold on to these.
actually, a correction to that amulet. It is more. Yeah, it is conjuration, not transmutation, that you get from that amulet.
I wonder how would Mozart describe that? Making things. Yeah.
Mm. Dagmar is going to nod like she knows what the hell that means.
So we'll rewind and say that instead of it seems shifty to Viddy, that he would have said, "Oh, it's about making stuff, new things." What it smells like, fresh.
Mm.
But yes, these two that he's directing Dags to now. One of them's grave dust, and the other one is shifty.
Yeah, cool. I'm going to pick those up and I'm going to put them in my many satchels
Okay.
quietly.
I'm just gonna kind of wander around and keep looking at the dragons because they're cool.
Yeah.
I'm going to trust that Morzod forgot that he pointed those out.
Look, there's people who are more clever than him who are doing things with scrolls.
Or is he just sitting on the ground, going over them, see if he can figure it out? And Glow's helping as well. He's got her little feet on it, so it doesn't curl up.
Birdie paperweight.
Orsi, as you're sitting down, you start to hear Zaras's voice in your head again. But it's very faint. It's as though she's speaking very far, and she says, I'm very tired. But you I can. Do you have something to write with?
Of course. He pulls out his smallest book he has and a quill.
Do you have the scroll? The scrolls?
Which one? I found these three. They're the same.
Yeah. Yes. I will translate. And she immediately starts translating what's written on the scrolls into common. Not into common, but into a script that you can read aloud.
Furiously writing it down.
Yeah,
Shorthand.
basically transliterating the Genote language into the common alphabet so that you can try and pronounce it properly.
Phonetic Genolton. Good.
And when she finishes, she says, I don't think I can do this anymore. Please. And that's the last you hear.
We better hurry up. Okay.
Hurry!
Right.
What are we hurrying up to do?
Didn't you hear her? She's fading away. I don't know what's going to happen if she dies.
The rest of you
Do you
didn't
know what we
hear.
have to
The
do?
rest of you didn't hear her that time. It was just Orsi.
Oh, how sad.
No, I told you before. Zurasa sleeps.
She helps. She helped translate this for me. I can read it now, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it. I could try.
Of course you can. You're the cleverest we got.
That is true. Sorry, Biddy.
No, it's fair. I could front as smart. I'm not smart enough to actually do it.
I think
Bring
you're
the
the
level.
cleverest.
I don't know anything about animancy. I haven't done any necromancy before either.
It kind of feels like you're going to have to take a wild swing at it.
I hope you do
I've-
know that, like, if I fuck this up, we're gonna die.
I mean, we're going to die
got it.
anyway, honestly.
I've got a cantrip called Guidance. And
Yeah, guidance is good. Guidance is good.
yeah, this is
Guidance is great.
You're the cleverest we've got, and the implicit back pats because he's not doing back pats because he sort of noticed that wasn't Ozzy's favorite thing earlier.
Stay respectful.
Look, he's a good boy. So this one is I concentrate, and once before the spell ends, the target can roll a d4 and add the number to the ability check of choice.
Mm-hmm.
So cantrips, they're just like any time when we've got time, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. Well, look, Mozart is absolutely doing that, and he very, very gently, right shoulder touch, just like, you can do it. You're real clever, Ozzy.
Or say, lets that happen for
Hmm.
the first time.
Hmm. It's just very gently, almost just the Keanu Reeves hover, but just like a little.
All right. Let's try. Do I know
You
what
got-
to do
you got it.
with the cubes and the stuff? And
Well,
Where am I putting
you
things?
remember seeing the illustration on the scrolls that has 2 circles and 2 points within those circles and what looks like an arrow between them.
Batericus, get out of the ring.
Oops.
Right, okay, so. But he's inside of us. How do I get it out of us into the cube? We all have to stand in one ring. Does just one of us have to stand in a ring and the cube is in the other? What do you guys think?
Oh, are we trying to put her in the cube or in the golem?
Well,
I guess the cube.
I was thinking it might be safer if we put her in the cube first and then try to put her in the golem.
Right.
Or we could just try and put her in the golem straight away.
Also, you
I
do
guess, yeah.
you do remember when you first met Zurasa in your head that she spoke about the need to transfer a dynamic mind consciousness into a static consciousness before
Yes,
then
the
transferring it to another dynamic one.
The golem.
Right, okay.
I did take those notes. Okay, he's going to flip through his book and just recall that. Oh, actually, she did mention that. Okay,
So
yeah, we
glad
need
you
to put
take
her-
notes about things.
I take notes about everything. We do need to put her in
Yeah.
the cube first.
Okay.
So I
Okay.
guess we all stand in one ring and the cube in the other.
And then you got the word, right?
Yes, I suppose I read out the incantation and hope that all of our souls aren't drawn to the cube at the same time.
Oh god.
I don't know anything about animancy. I'm not from Tarth. I have no clue.
Wonderful. Well, I will lock eyes with Orsi, sigh a little bit, and go, I trust you, and burn a bardic on giving you extra dice to throw at it.
Ah, thank you.
And will confidently stroll into a ring.
Is
So-
there space
Going
for us
to
all to
follow the
huddle in there? We're
character.
gonna just have to stack up here.
Yeah, the 4 of you will actually
I'm gonna
fit,
sit on Vinny.
even though the grid doesn't exactly allow for it.
Right,
Yeah.
okay.
I tell you,
I'm
square grids and circular rooms, I am never doing circular rooms again. This was a stylistic choice that I regret.
It's all right. We all know what's happening. Glow is
Decisions
going to
were
stay
made.
outside of the ring, of course.
Okay.
Good work, Gwen.
And
One
I
of us
will
should-
point out that the construct is not actually inside the ring. I'll just move it
Okay,
aside to
okay.
make that clear.
Okay, cool. We'll go and put the cube in the other ring.
Mm-hmm. I don't have a cube token, but it's there. We know it's there.
Okay, I'll say it's Glow. There we go.
Fortunately, the cube token I've already got is broken, and that's not the right one.
I put Zerasa into Glow. Glow is now Zerasa.
Actually, is it in the chat? Did I drop the Zerasa on her own in the chat?
Somewhere, I
I
think.
think I did.
Can't remember.
Anyway, it
That's
doesn't matter.
Let's move on.
Anyway, okay, let's, all right, everyone ready? I don't know if it's
Power
gonna
of
work.
imagination.
It's been real.
It's been horribly stressful knowing all of you, so.
It still
Okay.
beats being married, to be honest.
We're not going to die. It'll be fine.
Oh, marriage jokes. Let's do it.
Okay, Orsi. This is a intelligence check, please. It's not a saving throw, it's an
Okay.
intelligence check, but you
So
therefore
I get guidance?
you get guidance and bardic inspiration.
Okay. I'm scared. Okay.
They got this.
Oh, that's not good.
Morzod?
Oh,
Plus a D4?
plus a D4 from Ozon.
Morzod, can I remind you?
Yeah.
rolled a
Last
one.
session. Something happened last session.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, and I
You-
can use it on anyone's. All right,
Yes.
yeah, I am absolutely giving the Bruin Luck inspiration to Ozzy.
I need you to roleplay how that happens, reminding you that Orsi is essentially reading
Struggling.
a script in Common Alphabet while also trying to evoke the magic from another scroll.
I think he's like shaking a lot. He's like trembling.
Ozzy, I know you don't drink, but I want you to take a sip of this, all right? Calm your nerves.
He can't speak back to you. He's trying to do the incantation.
Yep. He just like, here's the tankard. Ozzy, take a sip. Trust me.
Not right now.
No, do it. Do it.
You're gonna have to
This is
do
important.
like pinch his nose and like
Yep,
force him to
yep.
take a breath.
Yep. Mozart absolutely is going to get Ozzy to have a sip of the 800-year-old special wine
All right.
from
How you doing it?
from his holy tankard.
All right. How you gonna do it? Are you gonna pinch his nose? Are you gonna like a dog, like
absolutely-
trying to get him to take medication?
He absolutely is. He's pushing it in his face. He's like, no, Ozzy, have a drink. No. I'm not gonna
That's
let
not
you
bad,
read
actually.
the thing. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yep.
Okay,
Take a deep breath.
April, you can re-roll that with advantage this time.
Okay.
Come on.
Okay, hang on. How do I do advantage again? There we go. Okay. I'm not gonna look.
You need to look at some point.
Not good. God damn it.
Not good.
And plus a bardic inspiration.
Which is a D6.
Yep. D6.
D6.
And does Ozzy get my D4 again as well?
No, I think
Yes.
I burned that.
No,
Oh,
no.
okay.
No.
11,
Yeah,
12,
so
13,
you're at
14,
11
15,
plus 6?
17. 19. Group effort for a 19.
Come on.
Okay,
I rolled a 6 on the bardic inspiration.
so
Plus a 20, isn't it? If you've got advantage. 11 plus 6 plus 3.
Is that 20?
That's a flaccid 20.
that is a flaccid
Yeah,
20.
plus the 20. I can't do math very well.
Okay, so
Well, group
Great
effort.
maths.
It took a god, a bard, and a cleric, and like Dagmar's moral support.
And a
So-
drink of wine.
Orsi, you are reading, looking at the actual magical scroll of one hand, and but also looking at the other one to, as you go, translate what's on the page, and it is hard. This is the hardest thing you've ever had to do magically, to put the intent and focus of your will into this scroll while reading from this scroll. But as it finishes, there's a moment where you go, is something happening? And then the scroll on your right hand just disappears into ash, and you all suddenly feel this strange tugging sensation, as if something's pulling on you. And there's almost physically, you feel yourselves yanked towards the other copper ring in the floor, almost like you have to stop yourself from falling down, but you do maintain your place. And there's just a brief moment where you see the little pyrite cube go dunk, as if something landed in it. And there's a moment where the four of you just look at each other and go, did it work? Did it work? Did it work? The moment of silence. And you suddenly all feel as though this incredible weight has been lifted from you. As though for the past week or so, you've been having something dragging you down and down and down further into the earth, and you didn't even realize it until suddenly it's been lifted from you again. But you also feel very tired. You suddenly feel as though you've been awake for days. So what happens mechanically is you are no longer soul blended. You have lost the penalties that were applied to you have all gone. You can undo all of those ability penalties and maximum hit point penalties, but you all take 1 point of exhaustion, which means that you all have disadvantage on ability checks until you take a long rest.
Right.
Yep. Yeah. So if you don't know where it is, if you click on conditions in D&D Beyond, it's underneath your health, and you scroll all the way down to the bottom,
Yeah.
Cool.
Exhaustion.
and it says Exhaustion, yeah, 1.
Right.
And that should automatically roll whatever it needs to roll.
Wow.
Why has it still got that investigation check? Oh, wait, that was terrible.
I think once it collapses, it completely collapses.
And I think this is a good place to take our break. So let's take, we're going to take a break and we'll be back in just a moment. Hello, I'm David. I'm the Dungeon Master and showrunner for AntipoDnD. That's Antipodean Dungeons & Dragons. AntipoDnD is a show in which a group of Aussies play Dungeons & Dragons in a homebrew setting partly inspired by prehistoric Australia and New Zealand. We pre-record episodes weekly and upload them to YouTube on Fridays. Each episode is about 2 to 3 hours long. Though this is my first time running a show like this, I feel like it's the kind of thing I was almost born to do. I have backgrounds in theatre, including acting, writing and directing, visual arts, game design, animation, and I used to work as a writer at BioWare where I created content for Star Wars: The Old Republic. Meanwhile, the players I invited to the show are all creative Australians like myself. Kynwyn is an accomplished novelist and TV writer. Doug is an amazing tabletop miniature painter. Zindy is an incredibly prolific artist who did the official character art for our own show. And April is a concept artist who works for Wizards of the Coast, creating, among other things, official creatures for Dungeons & Dragons. Together, we're telling a story about 4 strangers who travel to a mysterious archipelago on the far side of the world, where gods walk among commoners, hidden in plain sight, and titans loom over the horizon. Through Patreon, we're giving you, the viewer, an opportunity to support us financially in the ongoing production of AntipoDnD. Your support will go towards covering the costs involved in production, improving the quality of the show, and maybe even hiring additional help so that I can focus more on running the game instead of producing the show. In return for your support, you can choose to receive rewards such as your name in the closing credits, downloads of the tokens and battle maps that I make for the show, and stat blocks and descriptions for unique monsters and items for you to use in your own D&D games. If you can't support us financially, that's fine. We know that not everybody has that option. The show will always be free to watch as it is right now, and if all you can do is let us know that you're enjoying it, then that's more than enough to keep us going. But if you are able to help us with this journey, it would be greatly appreciated. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the Wandering Isles. And we return. Our heroes are in Zuras's lab in the Genaut Palace. They have just managed to cure themselves of the soul-blending affliction that ailed them. And Zurasa has presumably been transported into the pyrite cube that they placed in the other ring, on the copper ring on the ground, in a static state, so in essentially frozen, like she's been hit by a petrification spell. And that is where we resume with our heroes now, somewhat exhausted after that experience, but nevertheless feeling like a great weight has been lifted from them.
Ooh.
Is everyone okay?
I think Aussie's unconscious. He's just lying on the ground.
Do you think we're allowed to touch him if he's
Aussie,
prone?
He's breathing. He's breathing. He's all right.
Okay, good.
It's just let him. Oh, I feel like have a nap. Don't you? Do you feel?
Feel like
All the
shit,
time.
yeah.
Yeah, it's not good. So
Not throwing up yet though, so that's all right.
sorry, go Dax.
Oh no, I'm
We're all just kind of
Frozen
500
like-
yards there at this point, I think. Oh.
My players are speechless. I've won.
it's
Yep.
just occurring
I
to
mean, that was pretty awesome. I'm just saying.
was amazing.
What about?
But
what
yes,
about
it's just sort of
Zurasky?
dawning on me now that we are deep in an underground palace full of ghosts with an unconscious elf and a cube full of mage.
I think Glow starts getting super upset. Oh my god, I hit my mic. She's gonna fly over to Vatericus and just
Oh
start,
man, a
like,
mouse just ran across my desk. Holy shit.
My God.
A literal
Okay.
mouse?
A literal
actual
mouse.
mouse?
Yes. He was cute.
Oh, okay.
Good. Great.
Australia.
Meanwhile,
Anyway, yeah.
Australia! Yep. Anyway,
so
sorry.
what is Glow doing to Vitericus?
She's super upset. She's not hurting him or anything. She's just like
Anxious birdie.
turning her head a lot and like looking down at Orsi and just upset.
This
She's all stressed, like she's all skinny.
It's tunny.
Flat bird. Oh no.
I'm going to take my hat off and wave it at Orsi in the hopes that that revives him in any way. Does anyone with medicine or magic have something better?
Touch
I
the
don't
smelling salts.
I don't think Ozzy wants Mozzie to wake him up. Just
That's a fair point.
he did make that request. Please don't heal me.
Yeah, that's
In the
fair.
face, at least.
Yeah, but no healing's not going to do anything.
No,
Right.
no.
I think at
But I
this
mean,
point
like-
he starts to just
Yeah.
stir like.
I mean,
"Oh,
don't
my
ask me.
head."
This is a
Yeah.
voluntary
Yep.
unconsciousness. I'm happy to just sit
Yeah,
back and
yeah.
watch.
Yep.
I think he starts to come to at this point. Oh,
Okay,
Yep.
good.
Wonderful. I will sort of shoulder nudge Glow over to Orsi
he gets
as he
up.
wakes up.
Don't sit up too fast. You'll be sick.
Ugh, did it work? Wait, was I on the ground? Did you just let me fall?
You said you.
Unbelievable! Wiping dirt off his face.
There's
Takes
no
his little
dirt. There is a
mirror
bit
out.
of dust, though. There's definitely a layer of dust on
Dust.
everything in
Dust.
here.
Dust.
You are lying with
disgusting.
some really high quality copper.
No, it's wonderful. I love the circle. 10 out of 10. I mean, are we dead? Are we ghosts? Would we know?
Oh, I don't know. Would we?
Hang on. I'm going to try and use Orsi to cast Mage Hand. So, pull the shade of Orsi to cast Mage Hand.
Oh my god.
Okay, just for fun, give me an Arcana check, please.
Perfect. Nat 20.
Okay,
Fuck, where was that?
Orsi.
You
Where
get a
was that?
message. You get a message that says now is not the time for that.
there is a moment of horror as you all actually see this hand extend out of Orsi. And Vitericus, even you didn't realize that. You'd actually
Yeah.
just
Ugh.
called on a shade that was directly behind Orsi and is now,
Ah!
this mage hand is now reaching through her and awaiting instructions.
Oof.
I think he's trying to
Put,
just
put,
like a
put
little
that
bit.
back in, Vinny.
Yeah,
Vinny,
I'm going
put
to try
that
and
back.
catch Orsi with the new Mage Hand. Just a little bit to steady him. Not full
Thanks.
catch, just steady. And then go, huh, that. So,
Did that
good
work?
news.
Are we
That
dead?
ain't right.
We're not dead.
Oh. It
Oh.
worked.
That's good.
We did it.
Are you following that up with
Yes.
bad news, or is that a full sentence?
I don't
I'm
know.
not sure yet. Bad news. I feel terrible.
No, we're all feeling that shit.
We did
Okay.
just have a soul ripped out of our bodies.
Yes. So what do
So,
we do now?
It's
I never
awesome.
had that
Where's the
before.
cube?
Is this what it feels like?
Is the cube still sitting over there?
Yep, the cube is still just
As
sitting.
one, we look across to the other circle.
Yep, the cube is just sitting in the center of that circle, not doing
Right.
anything as cubes are wont to do.
Don't touch it. I really mean it this time. I don't know what caused that first cube to explode. So
I
Don't
don't want to
touch
touch it.
don't touch it. Right. We need to get out of here and we need to put the golem in this circle.
Right.
Oh,
okay.
so let's do the same thing, but with it instead of us.
Orsi puts his hand
Right.
out. Just waits.
Puts his hand up. I'm gonna.
Are you gonna help me up or not?
Yep. Mozart is offering to help Ozzy up,
He stands up.
but he's not grabbing because obviously Ozzy will not enjoy.
Just the hand is fine. Morsel,
Mhm,
thank you.
mhm.
I'm going
Alright.
to charge straight for the golem because I have been itching to see it up closer because I didn't know that you could do this with metal, and I am super into
Mm.
it.
Yeah. Yes, Dagmar, you are super impressed by the craftsmanship on this thing. It
Does
is
it look like the chick from Metropolis?
that was
Yeah.
an inspiration in my design. Yes.
Yeah, boy.
Yes.
He is the
Mar-
best robot.
Maria from Metropolis, the original
Mhm.
android.
Warlord, out of the circle, please. Come on.
Just well,
But yes, Dagmar, you can see the shell is bronze, but as you look inside, you can definitely see that there is a steel endoskeleton that seems to match humanoid skeletons very closely. With all of the joints and everything, it is an extraordinary piece. And even in the fingers, you can see that there are these cables running through that are designed to act like tendons.
Cool. Suddenly wishing I carried a notebook like Ozzy, and I am too afraid to ask to borrow one of his. I'm gonna think that one and commit it to memory.
Well, how is it? Does it look heavy? Should we try and move it?
I mean, it's probably heavy, yeah.
You said it was mounted, right? Like it's on a.
Yeah, it's on a basically a wooden frame with a square base, a single wooden pole coming up and another pole coming out, and its arms are basically just hanging over it like a mannequin that's been, lifted up and left to rest.
Shall we try and move this into the ring?
Yeah, let's do it.
Which ring?
She says, too short.
The one
to
that doesn't
lift
have the cube.
Yes.
it. Well, we were just in.
Really, obviously.
Yeah, but does it only work one way? Like, is one cube the out cube, the ring, and one cube the in ring?
I don't know. Because
I'm
There was
glad
two
no one
arrows
thought of
on
that
the-
10 minutes ago.
there's 2 arrows on the illustration, right? Like one's going that way,
It
one's
did
going that
seem
way.
to be crossways, yes.
Yeah.
And as
From
you
what? Go
you because you've already cast the spell, you've read the scroll, you did feel that you had to concentrate on where you wanted to focus. Basically subject and object. It was from here to here. That was part of the casting process. And you realize that Zurasa probably didn't transfer herself into the cube into that cube to begin with. When it all began, she probably had someone else, possibly Archmage Viras, do that for her.
Yes.
And
Did he
then
say that?
he
I
was-
feel like
he was
he
a
said
jerk.
that at some point.
No, the king said it.
King did. Emperor.
Emperor.
Yeah, that one.
Yes, Emperor Zun.
The
But
golden
didn't
god.
Archmage Virus say that that it was enough that she was in the cube anyway?
He did, yeah.
I
He
mean,
was a real
he's
dick about it.
a
was.
jerk though.
He was. It's true. All right then. Let's go. Let's
Yep.
load her up.
It's almost as though he saw his opportunity.
Mm.
Yes.
All right.
Wizards are all jerks.
Push her.
Okay,
That's
as you,
a lot,
Getting
though.
from this.
as you go to move the construct, you find
sexy jerks.
it is rather heavy. But if two of you work together, you can
I
move
mean-
it without too much trouble.
More Zordon.
More Zord?
Do I even need to roll this?
Nah, you move the construct.
Yeah.
No, it's not like a massive 10-foot iron golem. It is a much
Just a bit heavier than a lady of the same size.
pretty much, yeah.
She's like, she's cute.
Mm.
Ah, yes, that's for me to do because I own
What?
this token.
Yes, we're not her.
Okay, Aussie is going to stand in front. Hopefully this works again.
I'm going to quietly nudge Morzod to be ready to catch Orsi if he collapses
Yeah.
again.
Yeah, I
You know,
get
if
that
this
message.
becomes the YouTube thumbnail, then people are going to say they're transferring glow into a construct or a construct
Oh
into
my
glow.
god! now try and kick her. Yeah,
Mm-mm.
none of this is like that. Okay.
Oh man! If we put her in the golem, she'd be a glowbot. I'll see myself out.
Well,
Anyway.
okay. All right. The rest of you stand back or don't. I don't know. It's up to you. Should be fine.
So,
Okay. What
Orsi,
do I
this
need to do?
is another intelligence check. Now, it would
Does
be
he get advantage because he just did it?
with advantage because he just did it, but you are exhausted,
We're
which
all
means you get
Mhm.
disadvantage on ability checks, which means it evens out, so it's just a straight roll.
Straight roll.
Come on.
A nat 20.
Oh,
Yes.
perfect.
23.
There it is. You were
Oh,
just
it was
saving it up.
it was nearly a 2.
So
Saving it for Zarasa.
the second of the 3 scrolls that you had burns away, and this time you can see it very clearly. There is a moment where the cube boop, moves slightly in the direction of the construct before settling down again, and the construct, after a moment, moves, and the head jerks around a bit, and then you hear hu hil ha hil he 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 hel l o e o u hel hello
It worked.
I remember your lang words mostly. Did
Well, I'm mornings like that.
am I? It worked.
It worked.
It
The
worked.
spell
worked!
worked.
It worked!
Fascinating.
It's fantastic.
And then
Big
the
Mozart
whole
happy
body.
dance.
The whole body starts, Morzod starts dancing, and then Zurasa, now in construct form, starts to move forward and then collapses onto the floor. And there's a
She doesn't know how to
pause,
use the legs. She
and-
doesn't know how to use the legs.
and you hear, I don't know how to walk.
We
I-
found your chair. Do you want it?
Oh.
Oh god, should we remove the skeleton first?
Yes.
Yeah. No. So she says it's all right.
Yes.
The dusty bones.
I thought I thought walking was like breathing. It doesn't come naturally though. So
Ah, you got to learn it.
Mozart, help her up.
Yeah, Mozart's standing at the edge of the ring, not stepping over the ring because people have already been told off about that. But once somebody gives him permission, he will absolutely go and help her up.
Cool. And you can see that her legs are sort of moving, but there's zero coordination to them. She's got a vague awareness of these things at the bottom of her knees that can do things, but she doesn't understand at this point how to actually balance on them or move them in a walking manner. But her arms are starting to articulate, and she looks around the room and says, my lab, it worked.
It worked.
You are
Was it?
all my friends, very clever. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm gonna discreetly slip over to Vatericus' side and say, do you want to help me quietly move the skeleton so that she doesn't have to see it?
That sounds like an excellent idea. So
Yeah.
we
Oh,
will
see?
somewhat
Yes,
reverentially move the bones.
My
Not
lab
just kind
too.
of tip the chair up.
Can I help her up?
Yeah,
Of
I
course.
told you to. Hurry up.
Right.
You've seen Orsi rip off armor from a dead body. So
Yeah, but like he doesn't want to blow anything up, and he knows that all
no,
he's
not
much cleverer
Morzod.
than
Not
his.
Morzod. Those two moving the skeleton.
Right,
Orsi
right.
just
Trying
dumped it.
to soften the blow of Zurasa seeing her own internal workings.
So Morzod's pretty good at picking
Right.
up people who have fallen and can't get up. So he's being helpful in that way and sort of acting support for Zurasa. As
Is
far
there
as
anything
being stable.
interesting on Zurasa, like chains of office or rings, anything like that?
You mean on her
Security.
bones?
I mean, just while we're carrying them.
Nothing. No, nothing at all. In fact, just
Okay.
what might have been a belt buckle.
Okay, well, I won't grab that, but I will run the chair over.
Okay.
And I assume we will deposit the golem.
Okay, as you lift Zurasa into the chair, they say, "Oh, what happened to my body? Would it not be in this receptacle? No, chair with wheels."
Yeah, they
It
just moved
was.
it, so you got somewhere to sit down.
Oh, how
Yes.
Just
thoughtful.
fell out.
This is you now.
I see. Thank you. Thank you. Words are hard.
Indeed.
Yes, they are.
You're telling me. But yeah, you're gonna need to learn to do the walking thing, but we can help you with that. No.
Oh, that would be good.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, Zani, we need to talk to Zani. He needs to see. He needs to know.
Do you think he's still out there?
And even as you're speaking, she actually, she's now got enough control over her arms that she's grabbed the rims of the wheels and has started
She
wheeling
knows the
her
thing.
way.
Oh,
She's a strong, independent robot.
Goes
oh my heart.
past
This is
Orsi,
lovely.
and
800 years.
It's as
Still
though-
works. It's incredible.
it's as though she's suddenly muscle memories come back to her. This is something that she has done hundreds of times before. She weaves around her various desks and clutter, and you can see that as she goes past, you can see at the entrance there are all these various bronze orbs that you think are prototype or broken bronze rollers. And you can see that there's a lot of clutter around the lab that you haven't fully investigated yet, but she's just making a beeline through,
Morzod's trotting along behind her. Absolutely.
and she comes
Well,
to
super doesn't want to leave the lab, but okay.
she comes to the base of the stairs and just keeps moving all the way so that she is in the center of the room, despite the grid being even numbered, and
Stepped
looking.
on a skeleton.
Yes, rolls over a couple of skeletons in the process, but
Yeah, nice.
isn't even looking at the ground. She is focused entirely on the ghostly spectre of Emperor Zun. And
Oh, he is still there. Oh, good.
she says to him, and he responds also in the Jinot language, which none of you understand anymore. And you see that there's a tremendous amount of sadness on his face. But there's also a great sense of relief as they seem to have this back and forth conversation. It's very hard to tell how Zurasa is feeling, partly because it's hard to read emotions in another language, but even more so, there's not a lot of inflection in her voice in this form, certainly not at the moment. But you get the impression from Emperor Zun that a great many of his fears have been relieved, that he is believing what she's saying, and it is finally doing well. And he then points towards the four of you and says something in Junod, and Zurasa turns to the four of you and says, "The Golden One, His Magnificence, Emperor Zun, thanks you for your operation, service, and gives you freedom to explore and move freely. Yes, move freely through the palace." And she turns back and exchanges a few more words, and there's a moment where he seems to... Actually, I'm going to make a quick roll. No, he's fine with it. There's a moment where he seems taken aback, but then seems to nod, and she says, "If you go to the treasury, you are free to take anything you desire."
Gonna bow real deep.
Yes.
Vidi's eyebrows were just like rocketed off into the stratosphere, right?
And as you bow, and as you see this incredible sense of relief sweeping over this ghost, that sense of it fading in and out increases. And if after a short time, the glow of this thing flickers out and it seems to dissipate into nothing. Vitericus,
Oh.
you see something else. You see the many shades that appear to be trapped within the cage of this ghost start to swirl at great speed and move around. And though that normally silvery in appearance, it looks like as they move across and into and through each other, they darken and darken and darken. Every time they cross, it becomes darker and darker and darker. There seems to be almost like suddenly there is a battle taking place within this space. And as the last of the ghost itself washes away, you suddenly have this tumult of movement, of lines streaking in and out, as it's almost as though these shades are suddenly warring, fighting for control over whatever they have become. And as they do, they gradually darken and darken and darken into something that you've seen before.
Shit.
And it's not using the proper token, so please give me a moment.
Ew.
Oh, sense a boss fight.
Only Vitericus can see this, though, right?
Yeah.
Oh, good. That's better.
You see, it's like this
Oh, horrifying.
Oh, it's the
Oh, I
Emperor.
hate it.
superimposed on everything around you. There is just this blackness, this swirling mass of inky blackness with a vaguely humanoid form, and it rises up into the air and shoots out these... It's as though somebody has just flicked ink onto a sheet of paper, and these lines streak out, hit some of the shades that are orbiting around it, and pull them screaming into it. And this thing rises up and grows stronger and stronger. And at the moment, it seems completely unaware of the four of you down below Vitericus, and only Vitericus can see this.
Do we see him staring in horror?
The eyebrow has firmly dropped.
Oh.
So, like, we've gone from to...
Vitericus, what's wrong? I thought you'd be excited about the treasury.
We need to go.
Why?
I have not taken my eyes off the center mass.
It is continuing to rise into the giant domed ceiling above, and you can start to now hear like dozens of voices, all whispering in unison from it, going, yes, yes, we are Legion.
Oh my stars.
Get out.
Oh no.
Good.
Nope.
So is it ascending through the roof, or is it just sort of
It is,
ascending
at this point, it is approaching the roof.
It's going. Is it going?
Ross is gonna go look at a column.
I'm still going to back away, staring at it. I'm going to watch it till it leaves. Assuming it leaves. It might not.
You continue watching, and it seems to continue towards the roof. These strands of blackness shoot out and pull more and more shades into it until the room is empty. You have no shades to command that you can see around you. And then
this place was full as well.
there were dozens, maybe hundreds in this room. And this thing now rises through the roof and disappears from your sight, Vitericus.
That is not okay.
Vitericus feels very naked at the moment.
And
There is no power to draw on.
Vitericus, you think
no
you
good.
have just seen something horrible being born.
Yep.
You've just seen our future boss fight.
Good work, everyone.
The head. Zarasa, I need Zun's head.
You mean
What?
the skull?
Yes.
Oh, he's not using it. Oh, well, yes, certainly.
Wonderful. Thank you.
I'm
will
afraid
check the.
I'm afraid I can't go up those steps, though.
Do you
That's
want me to
okay.
grab it? I want to look at the throne.
I want to look at Zun, so we'll both grab it.
Yeah.
Cool.
She's gonna go and look
Stay
at
by the
her
chair.
wheelchair. Yeah.
Are you okay? You look deeply, I'm gonna say existentially disturbed.
Death stalks these halls and now no longer stalks these halls. Death stalks the world.
Does-
Okay. Is that
is
a
that-
riddle?
Is that normal?
It's just we may have a problem, but not now. I'm going to
Okay.
breathe in a couple of
That's
times,
soothing.
in, out, calm my breathing. It's fine.
Touch the gold throne, you'll feel better.
We'll be
That's what I'm
fine.
doing.
But that's going to be a problem later. We will see how we go. Okay, so Zun, what's he look like? What's he got?
Yes, he is. The skeleton is wearing scale armor that is in incredibly good condition, considering that it's 800 years old, and it does appear to be not made of solid gold on closer inspection. It appears to be iron with gold, not quite gold foil, but I can't remember, the gold pressed into it. I can't remember. There's the proper term for
Oh, like inlay?
Yeah. So yeah.
Gilded. Okay.
Yeah, it's gilded.
Gold is
so
too
it
soft for
but
armor.
it is very, very impressive. And
Like ceremonial armor.
yeah. But
Okay. Sorry, go.
but I wouldn't. Not just ceremonial. It does look functional as scale armor.
Just real expensive scalar.
Mm.
I'm going to call back to Orsi briefly and go, Orsi, you're not going to let us take anything from Zun, are you?
Absolutely not. Look,
Yeah.
after everything that's happened, you can choose one thing from the treasury, and I'll look the other way.
Perfect. It will
But
be
if
the
my
sack of,
mother
like,
finds
200
out-
platinum.
If my mother finds out that that I destroyed skeletons, I'm gonna be in big trouble. So don't.
Okay.
He's so mad.
In which case, then I'm just going to pry the skull off Zun.
Yeah, you can have the head. That's fine.
That's just weird.
Perfect. Does it have any like ornamentation, like a crown around it? Anything like
Yes, I
that?
should have mentioned it does have the golden headband that you saw
Oh.
the ghost wearing.
Should we like hanging around its spine?
No, we're keeping that. We need it for a moment.
Okay.
It's important to him.
Yes. So that's all I
That
wanted to
bird.
do. Dags, did you want to check out the chair? Like
I do want to check
throne?
out the chair.
From the looks of it, you're not seeing any evidence of it being gilded. You think that throne is solid gold.
Yes.
Comfy.
Sorry. Duragandali. Yeah, that's a nice big chair. Which
And-
unfortunately I don't think I can
As-
abscond in.
As you invoke the name of the god Deragandali, you actually, for just a brief moment, hear what you think is a very begrudging grunt of approval. Sort of a, You think somebody noticed this throne?
Oh, shit. Don't tell me I have to start believing in this dickhead.
Did you think that aloud?
I might have said it.
If you're interested in things like that, you should think about studying at the society. You could be a great archaeologist as well.
I am warming to the idea of this whole thing. Though I
I can put a
am
good word for you in
not
later.
a good student. But yeah, cool, thank you. If I get to look at more of this stuff.
Has anyone seen my bird while we're here?
I thought she was with you.
Glancing
know where I-
around.
She's floating around somewhere. I don't know where she went.
Looking at Vinny. Is she on Vinny?
Glow
There she
slicer.
is. I found her. It's fine.
Right.
She gets into rubble. She's terrible. I
So
still want that staff.
Yes,
Can
let's
we
go banish some ghosts.
Drop by.
you also
Terracus, why did you look so upset before? Go on.
you do also see that there is a pair of double doors behind the Emperor's throne that you've not explored.
I was eyeballing those.
Yes.
Oh.
Let's resolve the ghosts that we're aware of, and then we will find whatever else is coming. Vitericus has lost a lot of his adventurous spirit for this particular dungeon.
Are you alright, Terracus? What's wrong?
Just so anxious to get you that stuff.
Okay.
He's being very cryptic.
Oh, Betty feels like maybe there's more shades in the other room.
There
That's
might be.
completely OC. That's just what I'm thinking.
Alright, what
Alright.
do we want to do, dude? Do you want to check those doors? They could lead to the treasury. I don't know.
Yes, but you wanted a stick, so let's go get the stick.
You remember
Rasta?
Zarasa told you that the treasury was north of the guardhouse, and you chose not to go there
Yeah.
because there was a chasm blocking the way.
Big chasm, yeah.
What's up that way, Zirasa? Behind a chair.
Yeah. Oh, those are the Emperor's private chambers.
Oh,
I
right.
never saw inside because, well, steps.
That's fair.
You'd think they would have put a ramp in or something. That's not very good design.
That is, I started building a chair with legs, but the Emperor pointed out it would not fit through my door. So I stopped.
Interesting. We can talk about it later.
Vitericus is charged right out of that room.
Oh, he's gone.
Dagmar is toddling along afterwards because she's a little bit worried about him.
Okay.
Horse is going
You
to
coming
languidly
with
walk
us?
next to Zarasa.
Come on with us,
Vitericus,
Zirasa? Back the other way?
Yes.
Oh,
Vitericus and
Which way?
Orsi. Vitericus and Dagmar, you enter the Great Hall, and
Ugh.
you see things are a little different. You still see one of the armies of ghosts in Viras, but it looks like the ones who were loyal to the Emperor have disappeared.
Oh.
uh-oh.
And
Yes.
the others are standing around, actually looking rather confused at the moment. Like, this is the first moment in 800 years they've not had anyone to fight. And
Uh-oh.
the army are all looking to Viras, waiting for instructions, and he seems equally confused at the moment.
Wonderful. I'm going to jump up on that table that I've just put the Vitericus marker on top of. Hold Zun's head aloft by the tattered remnants of hair that are left, and go, "Behold, the fall of our false emperor and the rise of our benevolent Empress Zell." And I'm going to throw the head out towards Viras.
Okay. Performance or deception, whichever you'd prefer, with advantage for circumstance.
I'm going to
He's
go
10 steps ahead.
So does that mean
This
it just
guy,
levels out to
though.
nothing because it'll be disadvantage from exhaustion?
This is a
Advantage
skill
from-
check, not an ability check.
Okay.
So it's not affected by your exhaustion.
I like performance more for it, although deception was probably the wiser choice. But we'll see how we go. Okay, that is a
Wuzzled's not with us. Okay.
26.
Okay.
Damn!
Viras sees this skull with it doesn't roll into the center of the Great Hall because of the headdress, but it lands perfectly against lying on the body of one of the Zun's loyal soldiers, so that the face is looking directly at Viras, and he can immediately identify, yes, that is the headdress of the Emperor. So that must be the skull of the Emperor, who's been dead for some time. And he looks around and he becomes aware of all of the skeletal bodies lying around. And there's a moment of deep confusion, then a moment of elation and of joy, and you see him start to fade away. And just as he disappears, there's a disappointment across his face. Then he's gone. So you realise at
Nice work, Vatericus. That was good.
at the
I'll
very
turn
end.
around and bow to the party.
You realise
I
at the
can't
very
condone
end
that
that
you did throw a skull.
yeah, he had won, and there is nothing to gain from it.
Mm-hmm.
Good work. I'm gonna go get the stuff. Where's Morzor?
Did Zarasa sort of roll along and see this? Because Morzod's basically just trotting along with her, but you didn't move the her golem, so I wasn't sure.
Okay, Zarasa is slowly moving along,
Yeah.
assuming that this is the way out. So
Yep.
she's very happy to follow the rest of the party.
Oh,
Yeah,
where did the
Morzod-
skull land? Sorry, can you ping on the map?
The skull, it was perfectly situated, so it was right here.
Right, Orsi's gonna go over to it and take the, it's busted now. He's gonna take the headdress off.
And so that I don't have to keep remembering to move Zarasa around, just assume that she's with or near
With
you,
us.
unless I
Yeah.
specify otherwise.
Yep.
Cool. It's just gonna dust off the bits of teeth and bone. Well, we found it like this, if anyone asks.
But because it took some time for Zarasa to get here, she did not see Vatericus's performance. All she sees
Nice.
is that the ghosts have gone somehow.
Yeah, so Morzod
Elsie
missed that
will
one as well.
quickly turn around and, like, put the, like, headdress away so she doesn't see it.
And
And he's gonna go get that stick!
And Zarasa says, "Oh, the ghosts have gone. Oh, that adds up, I suppose. It's all over."
They just disappeared.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
Yes.
I'm
All right.
the last survivor.
You are. You're a treasure.
Oh. I hadn't thought of
Your
myself.
wealth of knowledge. You're worth a lot to the people I work for. I can take you to them. You can help us.
You're not going to sell me, are you?
I'm not going to sell you. No.
You can't sell. No.
No. Absolutely
No,
not.
of course not. No.
Who would... The selling of artifacts is strictly prohibited.
She's not an artifact. She's a person.
I'm not sure. The world today is a very scary place.
That's all right. It's not that bad.
You'll be with other magic users, other wizards like yourself. You can help us learn ancient Genalton.
Oh,
Help us find more places.
but my
help preserve your culture.
Yes.
oh,
What do you want to do though?
so people will remember Zunny.
Yes, there is almost nothing written about him in any textbook, and you are a primary source.
Oh, I can tell people all about him. And
Please.
and oh, I still have so much work to do on animancy and all kinds of fields of magic. And and she raises her hand, and there's a brief moment where nothing happens, but then a little globe of light appears, and she says, "Oh, I wasn't sure whether that would work. Oh,
We
good.
can still do it. We can have a team come back down here, clean it out, secure your lab.
Oh, that would be
Find your spell
excellent.
books.
Yes,
Yes,
yes. I
I
have.
think you'd love it.
I have many notes back there on my animancy experiments. I feel like they might be of use to your people, you say.
Absolutely. The Coruscant Academy. I welcome you with open arms.
Wonderful. Well, I have directed you for too long. Please, let me follow you.
Well, let's clean out the rest of this place and then I suppose get out of here.
Someone mentioned a treasury.
Also,
How
this
are we gonna
stick.
get
This
across
is
that
mine
big-
now, by the way. The stuff is mine.
Okay, I'll give you a better description of the staff. once I find it.
Glow's gonna land on her wheelchair.
And she Zurasa looks at Glow and says, "Oh, hello, little friend."
He's friendly.
Okay, you're not actually casting Identify on the staff yet, are you?
I could. No, identifies a ritual only.
Yeah, I'll look it up so I can just give you a description of what it looks
Okay.
like.
Spells, equipment.
Okay,
instruments,
it's
equipment.
wooden, but with gold, sort of almost like a gold sheath running towards the top, in which there are all of these. They look like they're made of some kind of purple gem or precious rock or something. Various scarabs. It looks like they're embedded into this gem, and they're embedded into the head of this staff and running halfway down its length also.
Wow. I just put it in my equipment as staff for now.
Mm-hmm.
And I have that crown. Right, I got what I wanted. Treasury, what are we doing?
Wonderful. Well, shall
Yeah,
we check over
How are we
here?
gonna get across that big gap?
Oh,
So
that's
there
just
are-
rock.
As a benevolent DM, I will tell you there are 3 areas, 3 doors sets of doors you've not been through. There's the treasury, there's the Emperor's private chambers behind his throne room, and there was another door to the south of Zurasa's lab.
Oh,
Yes. So let's go check all of them.
Where should we start?
Uh,
Zurasa's lab, and
I
then
guess
we
we
can
should
sort
go
of make our way through.
sure. Sorry, I just realized Vitericus is in an adventuring mood, so he's just going to hang back and wait for whoever.
And since Dagmar is
sorry,
already...
Dagmar's.
Dagmar has rushed off, and Zurasa is sort of wheeling behind and saying, "Oh, where are we going?"
Wait, where did Dagmar go?
We're to the throne room.
Yep. Right,
Nope.
come on, Zurasa.
Hold on.
Come on, Glo.
Dagmar's gotten stuck in a doorway.
What's the ping button again?
Just
Let's see.
hold down left click.
Oh, yeah, cool.
Cool. Can I check the Emperor's personal rooms for locks or traps?
Investigation, please.
While she's doing that, I'm gonna cast Detect Magic and just
10.
keep it up.
10. You do not detect any traps, and the doors might be locked. You'd have to try them.
Open.
It is not locked. It opens and nothing explodes in your face. You do, however, see a bronze
Oh,
roller
that's a nice. Oh,
that immediately these legs pop out.
Vitericus,
The thing comes up
Yes. Halt.
do the thing.
and it folds back into a sphere.
Yes. Deactivate.
So, Zurasa and Morzod have probably come to the base of the steps.
Mm-hmm.
And Morzod says, "Do you want to go up there? I'll give you a hand."
She says, "Oh, he said I should be allowed to. He gave me permission, but I was never able to go. Yes, I'd like to see where he slept."
He's not here anymore, so.
Now, he's not
do what you
going
want.
to take the chair. Just going to do the bridal carry.
And Vitericus, as your dancing lights move around the room, you can see it's another very impressive room with more golden tesserae. You can see these various animals, animal
Dax is
designs
loving this
around
table.
the edge. In the center, you can see there's what appears to be a stylized snake. The
Gold writing desk over there.
Yep, the frescoes are more images of saintly figures that you think they might be previous emperors or gods or emperor gods, perhaps. You see...
Many of them look like a sandworm.
not that you see, no. You do see a golden bed, but the actual bed sheets are mostly rotten and withered away. There's more rubble in here. It looks like more of the ceiling has collapsed. On the north wall, you actually see these huge coloured glass windows beyond which you can only see just a wall of solid rock.
Sure, that used to look out to something before it came here.
Hmm.
I've got detect magic up. Am I getting any ping?
Yes, you are, in fact.
I suppose
From-
Mozart's still in uns mode as well.
From
It only lasts for 10 minutes.
Was it 10 or 30? I thought it was 30.
I think it's 10.
No, 30-foot radius. It lasts
Yeah.
10 minutes.
Oh, gotcha.
From this gilded treasure chest, you sense one thing giving you a ping. That
Dagmar,
rhymes.
do you want to see if this is gonna bite me?
Yeah, sure.
Investigation,
yes, it is
please.
going to bite you.
She rolled an 8.
Doesn't look like a hungry chest.
It
Okay.
should be safe,
It
but
looks
I am
weird.
quite tired.
Great. Why don't you pop it open for me then?
I mean, that's fair.
Rip.
Wait, is it? Yeah, cool. Can I try and open it? Is it locked?
You try to open it, it is not locked. And it
Eek.
doesn't bite your hand off.
Nice.
That's always
Should
Inside,
work.
you find a few various items there, like little pieces of carved ivory, and there seem to be items of probably very low monetary value. There might be some history behind them, but you do find 3 figures or statuettes that are probably worth something. One is of a golden dragon. One
Dragons
is,
are
as in a dragon statuette made of gold. One is a warrior statuette made of gold. And one is a jade figurine of a creature which Dagmar would not recognize. But Orsi, you are getting a magical aura from this thing.
Has he got any idea what it is?
Give me an intelligence check, please. Actually, no, make it a history check.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
History. 17.
17.
17.
It is some kind of... you've heard of these creatures from the past, and you've also heard rumors that some of them still exist in parts of the Wandering Isles. It's some kind of dinosaur.
What is that?
I've never seen one, but I've read about them. Some sort of like giant quasi-reptile dinosaurs, I think they're called.
So so that you can add it to your inventory, please add a jade figurine of a Hadrosaurus.
Ooh,
Oh man, do we get to collect
nice
these?
boy. Jade figure of a hadrosaur. Okay.
I'd Hadrosaur Collider.
I'll take all 3 idols.
Cool. And I'll add that the gold dragon is worth 200 gold pieces. The gold warrior is worth 120 gold pieces. But they are not magical, so they're basically, you have them for their monetary value.
Yeah, I will be handing those to the society. What's my notebook?
That's a shame.
Dagmar's gonna have a little whimper, but it's fine.
It's okay. There's a
Feel
treasury.
Dagmar.
There's a treasury. It's fine.
You can have one thing.
Can I have the dragon?
You can't have the dragon. Actually,
Never mind. I want to check the treasury first.
I was gonna say this is your one thing, and you're gonna find something way cooler in there. So it was 200 gold for the dragon.
Yep, and 120 gold for the warrior. And the warrior is, it looks like a classic Ginault warrior, not the more modern ones that you saw in ghostly forms with the scale armor and the tower shields. These appear to be wearing much less and with more impressive headgear. It seems to be from more of their Bronze Age, whereas this palace seems to have been ruined in an early Iron Age that they're experiencing.
Right.
Hey, Orsi.
Well, should we? Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Do you have a spare notebook?
I might. You're gonna start taking notes.
I sort of want to sketch some of these floor tiles.
What a wonderful little archaeologist you're becoming. He'll get out one of his spare notebooks, probably has 10,000 of them, and gives it to her.
Randomly. Thank you. And
Do you need a
she's-
quill? Do you
Oh,
have a
yes,
quill?
please.
I give her a quill and some ink.
She is going to sit down over this, between the turtle and the anglerfish, and she is going to get drawing.
I imagine for sketching you'd probably use a piece of charcoal or something like that.
Did you want to do a rubbing instead?
Oh, sure, yeah.
Well, actually, I guess it's tiles.
Actually, those
Whatever
are
you
big,
wanna do.
and that's a small notebook. But...
Good point. I give her a piece of charcoal and like any chalk I have. I got a component pouch. There's lots of stuff in
Yeah,
there.
look, I'm going to take a few different versions of these. I think they were wicked. I'm also very interested in this glass and gold situation.
He looks like a little bit proud, like a microscopic second of pride on his face, and it's gone.
She didn't see it.
Hopefully, no, I did. Well,
Cool.
this spell only lasts 10 minutes. I don't know how quickly we want to move. I can cast it again. I'm kind of running out of juice.
I think we're all running out of juice.
Yes. Zerasa, is there anything you need from your quarters?
Zurasa says, no, not immediately.
Spellbook. No spellbook notes. Anything?
Spellbook? Yes, please.
Spellbook.
Oh, yes, I would be
Huh?
naked without my spellbook.
I know exactly how you feel. Can't do anything without it. Literally.
Naked. And this, automaton's head looks down and says, I'm naked. I'm okay with
Yeah.
it.
All right, you ain't got any gubbins.
Very well.
If you want to stay here, Dagmar, I'd really rather not leave you on your own.
That's cool. I'm done.
Okay. I guess we move to her lab or her
Cool.
chambers or wherever.
Yep, she can easily point you towards where the spellbook is.
All right, pop her back in her chair.
And as you look around the lab, you can also see that here on the right, you can see that Zerasa must have been halfway through constructing a second, more advanced construct that she explains was going to be for the Emperor.
Oh my god.
So she was testing this on herself and would then have proceeded to do the same for the Emperor, except the Cataclysm happened and the rebellion happened and plans changed.
This was about where that little necklace was, right?
Yes.
I assume I hit that ping.
Yes. And it
Ooh,
has
what's
that
this?
air of conjuration about it.
I have so many things I have to identify. Can you believe this, Vatericus?
I thought we weren't touching anything in this room.
And Zerasa
Even
says,
Zerasa says it's alright.
Zerasa says, oh, that was an experiment. It works, but I have yet to find a practical use for it.
What is it?
What's it do?
It is called an amulet of bodily conveyance. This is a homebrew item.
Okay.
God, it's the scroll of a Karian flight. Don't use it.
Of bodily conveyance.
And so she explains that it's basically, I've found a way, while trying to store souls in other bodies, I stumbled on a way to store a body or a person or a creature in a pocket dimension for a short time, in such a way that a long time can pass out here and very little time will pass for them in there. So it's a way of, I guess it could be used to transport someone who's very sick, or I'm not sure. I've yet to, as I said, I had yet to find a practical use for it.
Sounds
Amazing.
handy. Do you know
Would
if
you
there's
mind if
anything left in
We
it?
took it.
She says, no, I ejected the last subject. They did survive.
Oh, it's nice.
I will let you know right now that outside of the ascendancy of Tarth, current magic users don't tend to use live subjects anymore. Maybe a rabbit occasionally, but that's it.
Oh, I see. So where would
Just a
I find
heads up.
this ascendancy?
I really, really think you don't want to go to the ascendancy.
Oh, okay.
They
Look,
sound like a bunch of dickheads.
They're not great.
It's
I
Vitericus.
actually think Vitericus go.
Vitericus, you find yourself standing in front of a small door, and Zerasa sort of glances over in your direction and says, "Oh, those are my private chambers. It's okay.
You didn't need anything?
You can go in."
Okay.
And
Where's your spell book? In there?
Zerasa's spell book was actually on the desk near the
Table.
copper.
Oh, okay. Orsi will go and get it.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
He'll
this
also
is
snag that necklace too. And just take it.
Cool. Ptericus and Dagmar, you can see that this room is just a mess. She slept on a bedroll on the floor. She apparently ate on the floor. There are very, very old plates with what might have been food at one point on them. There are the scraps of
Ramen cups.
scrolls and books and everything. It's just a scattered mess. Again, it looks like a bomb exploded in this room. And even as she comes around the corner and looks down, she says, "Oh, good to see my room has survived intact." And
Oh.
You glance at Vitericus with a silent yikes.
you do see on the wall to the east there are these more constructs similar to the one that she is possessing right now, but they seem much more primitive in design. They seem to be prototypes or experiments. And they all seem to be staring at her sleeping spot and her spot where she would sit to eat.
Creepy.
Creepy.
I'll give her spellbook to her. I found it.
"Oh, excellent." She turns a few pages, is still getting used to how the fingers work, but it goes, "Yes, that is my spellbook. Excellent. Oh, good. I look forward to being magical again."
Dagmar's gonna sketch the constructs.
Am I getting
Just
any magic
quietly.
pings in here?
No, you are not. There's nothing magical.
This is a very sad room.
Loosely modelled after my own life experience, but just replace the
Wow.
just replace the constructs
Sick.
with Dalek toys.
Sick bird.
Fair.
Just birds.
Right. Shall we head off?
Yeah, cool. Let's
Treasury it is.
head up that treasury.
I'll definitely organize a team to come down here and clear it out. So.
Okay, if you all stop moving, I shall just quickly drag you over to the guardhouse to speed
thank
things
you.
up.
Hey.
See, you're flying.
Woo!
Wow.
No, wait. That
Falling.
Legion thing's up in the air. No, put me down.
And I can't forget Glow. Whee!
Right.
Whoop, landed on
So-
Morzod.
Oh,
Bonk.
oops.
That's okay.
I think
that's
she
not
likes
easy
to. Yeah, I don't think she'd mind being on his head because he's tall. So it's like a vantage
Yeah.
point.
He's safe.
Right. How are you, Lord, getting over?
How are you getting over?
I'm extremely spry.
Zerasta says,
Orsi
Zerasta says,
disappears.
"I am definitely not
Appears on the
going
outside.
over unless you want to throw me. Do not throw me."
You seem breakable.
Morzod thought about it until she said don't.
How did Aussie blink over there?
Magic.
Mage things.
Oh,
Mhm.
bloody hell.
Okay,
How
come back.
far is it?
Put me in the necklace and then bamf back over.
I don't know if that's a good idea.
Oh,
Yeah, how far is the gap?
jump!
Hmm.
It
Yeah.
is,
How big is the gap?
at its narrowest point, it is about 8 feet across.
That's big.
Easy.
Oh,
Come on.
motherfucker.
Do you want me to put the
Twice my
immovable
height.
rod out? Do you want me to put the rod out and then tie a rope over it and then like throw it to you and you guys can kind of like rappel over?
Oh, yeah. Yeah?
That'd work.
It's up to you.
I mean, unless you want to physically throw me.
Already tosses a 12.
Orsi
Everybody
will
tosses the dwarf.
put the immovable rod out and click it and then tie a rope around it and then chuck the rope over.
Cool. Nice. Okay.
Alright.
Okay, well.
Catch it!
Mozart's still sort of staying by the wheelchair, but he says to Zarasan, do you mind if I go and have a look?
She says, no, not at all. I wouldn't mind a moment of peace. I've been in company for so long. It is difficult for me.
All right. Well, look, we probably won't be long. They'll just yell at each other a bit, but you just stay here. But look, sing out if anything if anything bothers you.
Will do. And do please come back eventually. I would not like to be left alone down here.
Well, I think we've got to go out the way he's come in. So.
Glow will stay with her.
Cool.
All right.
She seems very appreciative of having a burrowing owl for company.
She's friendly.
Do we have to roll anything to get across?
I'm going to say with the extra help, you can all make essentially a running jump over without... a natural one would be the only way for you to fumble the jump. And since I'm not going to make you do that, let's just get you all over this chasm.
That's nice.
Yeah, with the rope and everything, that makes it a lot easier.
Teamwork.
Oh yeah. I've let him move at the rod.
Gonna check for traps. Because
Okay.
it is a treasury.
Investigation, please.
Yeah, standing back.
14.
Okay, 14. You do not detect any traps, but there is definitely a sophisticated lock on these doors.
Don't think Viddy will have the key to that.
I assume my keys of opening won't get anywhere. I'll give him a go.
Nothing happens.
No.
You think jailer's keys don't work in the treasury door?
Yeah, probably not.
Zarasa, do you know where the key is?
Yeah. Oh, one of the guards might have it. Oh,
Mm.
dead guards.
Mm.
Can I send Glow to do that? Can she do that? Is that possible?
Give me a perception roll for Glow, please.
Okay, she's got advantage on that with a +1 as well. Okay.
Tense moment.
Oh, 18. 18.
Okay.
18.
Glow starts circling around the guardhouse, eventually finds something shiny, lands on them, and flies to you, Orsi, and drops a keyring into your palm.
Nice.
She did it! She's never done that before.
Clever bird.
Incredible.
Good to have her back.
Here you go, Dagmar.
Well then.
Oh, cheers.
Dagmar, you try the key.
I will unlock
It works, and the door is unlocked.
Gonna scratch it. No, she's gonna go stay with Zarasa.
Okay, so inside you see there is a fancy-looking rug with what looks like a skeleton on it. There are some bolts of what might have been precious fabric, silk maybe at one point, but they're in a very bad state now. And there is a pile of coins. It's perhaps not as much as you'd expect from a royal palace. In fact, there is nowhere nearly as much treasure as you'd expect in here, in any kind of royal context. It's possible that the empire was going broke towards the end of its days.
Ripperoni.
Real fall of Rome situation we got here.
But also, if your detect magic is still up, you
I
do.
don't think it would be. I'll cast it again.
Okay. After you recast detect magic, you do get a sense of magic from the rug.
Okay, the rug is magic.
The what?
The rug.
And actually, also, you also get a ping from this chest.
And that chest over there too has something in it. I don't mind if you take something, just tell me what it is.
Perfect. I'm gonna pop it open.
Cool. It is unlocked and, luckily for you, untrapped.
I was gonna say, you know, you
Fireball.
take that.
Fireball.
Vitericus is being a bit cagey, but like there's money on offer here. So like, you know,
He's feeling better.
Vitericus,
ND6.
Vitericus, you see it's a short bow, a composite recurve short bow, similar in style to what the ghostly archers were using in the Great Hall. But it has, on the arms, it has runes carved into it. And also, you're getting an evocation aura from it.
Ooh. He immediately ditches a rug and goes over to that. Whatever it is, it's evocation. That's what I studied.
Do I see a bow?
I'd imagine
I
so. I
mean-
suspect I've picked it up out of the thing.
Yeah, if Orsi's noticed it, then Dagmar's noticed it.
Yeah, I've
I
popped
don't-
my head over the side of whatever they're looking at. I'm like,
I can't tell you exactly what it does yet, but once we get out of here and I take a nap, we'll be able to.
cool. I'd like to put a pin in this as a potential one sexy item for me.
Be my guest. This rug, though. Is there a body on it?
I was going to say, is this guy anything, or is that like a suit of armor?
It is a skeleton.
Can I pick up the rug and just like shake it?
Okay. As soon as you do that, the rug seems to come to life.
Oh my god.
Uh-oh.
You know, I was gonna crack an Aladdin joke, but
I thought it was a flying carpet, but it's like a living carpet.
And
oh, give me some tassel. Hey, yeah,
My
yo.
hubris.
you see Orsi, it reacts to you, and not favorably. It actually seems to try to wrap itself around you. So I need the four of you to go into the encounter, the combat tracker tab in the top right, and roll an initiative
roll
for me.
Initiative.
Let's find a carpet.
Boss carpet.
The computer
Oh my
I was
gosh.
using to
it was
use
it was then that the
Foundry
party
just
discovered.
died. Can I roll for you when you put it in?
Where is the initiative tracker again, sorry?
Sorry, what was that, Dagmar? Kindman?
Yeah, this is kind one. Yeah, the computer I'm using Foundry on just died of exhaustion. Can I
Okay.
roll and tell you what it is?
I'll roll for you, and you got 23 for your initiative, so that's very good.
Wow.
So hang on,
Yeah.
what do I click again? I'm lost.
It's the fist on the right.
Yep.
Fist
Top right
on the
corner.
right. There it is. Yep. Okay. And then
And then
there's
little
20.
dice.
I'll click that.
Yeah.
Cool. So
Wow, Dagmar, jeez.
Dagmar, yeah, you actually go first, and you
She's into
see Orsi picks up, tries to pick up this rug, and you immediately see the rug come to life and lunge towards Orsi as though it's trying to smother him.
I am going to shoot it.
Mm-hmm.
I guess.
Question
Or-
mark.
Okay, don't hit me.
Rug of smothering. Oh god, that's actually
Yeah.
what it is.
They exist. That's not even homebrew. That's a real monster in D&D.
Mhm.
Should I shoot it?
okay.
Should I try and slash it? I don't know.
I do occasionally look at the monster manual.
Some good ones in there.
Okay, so I
This
rolled
is the
a-
least horrifying thing so far.
I
so-
rolled an 8 on attack.
That's a miss, I'm afraid. Your arrow flies past the rug. Do you do anything else with your turn?
Remember, you
I'm gonna
can
shout.
attack again, by the way. Remember, you do have you're a rogue, so you have your bonus actions, and you have a lot.
Yeah.
It's FYI,
Okay.
just in case you forget.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna stand back for now. See how this pans out.
Okay. The rug goes next. And
There's
it
a
is
sentence.
it is attempting to smother Orsi, and I do love the fact that
Hates
D&D
being touched.
Beyond, D&D Beyond now lets DMs roll straight from clicking on the monster description in the combat tracker. It is so much easier. So that is a 14 to hit you.
It misses.
It misses. This thing lunges towards you, and you just manage to react as it goes past it.
Manly squealing.
Yeah, he
And
screams.
that is its full turn. So Morzod, it is up to you. I'm gonna actually press begin combat and do all that fancy stuff. Yeah. Morzod.
Angry rug! Ozzy, what the fuck is that?
It's an angry rug. I mean,
Wrong! What do you want me to say?
Morzod is a little bit lost what to do when there's angry upholstery going on. How do you stop a rug?
Hit it with something. I don't know. Slashing threads, I would say on my turn.
Talking's a free action, isn't it? Yelling?
to a certain extent, yes.
On my turn, yeah.
Oh god. Well, I can't see the grid. I guess I'm near it. God, it's a big rug. It's a very big rug.
Here's a big rug.
Yeah.
whatever you
Hang
want.
on a minute. Hang on a minute.
Yep, you
Because...
are melee adjacent to it.
Yeah.
You all are, in fact.
Oh no,
Uh,
I didn't.
so-
I didn't prep the stuff that's on fire.
Kindman, let's say you use your bonus ability to disengage so you could shoot the rug.
Okay, yeah.
Bit of radiance. Is radiance like burning damage?
Radiant damage.
It's radiant.
Holy damage.
It's holy
Yeah.
damage, yeah.
So not fire specifically, more.
No. Like, Sacred Flame also does radiant damage, I believe, but, like, it's not fire damage.
Most things, very few things are, you know as a cleric, the very few things are resistant to radiant damage. And the things that are resistant to radiant damage tend to be things that are holy or celestial in their own right.
Right.
But it's not that it wouldn't do anything. Like,
Yeah.
it's a carpet.
Yeah, I mean, you could just fade it real bad. I am thinking that Morzod, in his confusion, would just kind of try Word of Radiance and just yell it and goes, "Hey, you, stop that!"
Cool. Is that an attack roll from you, or is that a saving throw from the
I
rug?
don't know how that works. 1d6 damage, so it won't be much.
So, in your spells...
It's a con save of 13
Okay.
is what it has to do. And if it fails, it takes...
It rolls a natural 1.
Okay, so Morzod really yells at this because he's confused and isn't really sure how to deal with the rug. He's, you cut that out! And radiant damages at it, and rolls a 6.
Cool. And
Yep.
you yell, and as you do, almost from behind you, like wind blowing past, this gust of light slams into the rug, and it twirls and flinches, and you pretty sure
It didn't
that
like
yes,
that.
you did actually damage it. Anything else in your turn, Morzod?
Look, a cantrip is just a one action, isn't it? Like that's,
Yep.
That's...
Well, a cantrip can be a bonus action or a regular action, depending on the spell description.
I
If
don't
it
know
says
what that
1A, it takes 1 action to cast.
Yes, it's one action.
Okay.
So yeah, that's all I got, I think.
Okay, Orsi.
Horsey's pissed. So he's going to take out his dagger that he has, and he's going to try and
Ooh.
slice the rug.
Wow.
It's gonna ruin the rug.
16 to hit.
16 hits. The dagger comes out, and you give it a good tear for 5
5
points.
damage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, you definitely cut some threads and make a mess of this thing. Anything else for Orsi?
No, he's going to stay where he is.
Okay. Vitericus.
Can rugs hear?
I mean, I yelled at it and it didn't like it.
I mean, they don't have ears, I guess.
That's true.
I mean, they don't also have the muscles
Is-
or anything that could allow them to move around and stuff.
It's D&D. It's an animated rug. It's magic.
Yes. I'm unsure that it's going to hear the string of superb insults that I definitely have prepared for this. But does it have any little metal bits around the tassels or anything like that?
No, it doesn't. It's a shame because I know what you're thinking of, and it's a great idea.
Heat
But
metal rug. Nice.
Gold stitching? How
It's a shame.
fancy is the
Okay.
rug?
Well, okay. I'm going to go for it. I am going to have a go at the rug verbally. All that time laying here, doing nothing. We come here to shake the dust off you, and what's the first thing you do? Attack us. Come on, man. Vicious mockery. Go.
And you are so out of style.
what type of damage is that?
Wisdom saving throw, psychic damage, and disadvantage on its next attack. If it
Okay.
fails.
It fails its wisdom saving throw. Seems to take no damage. I'm not even going to get you to roll. I'm just going to say psychic damage does nothing to a rug. But it might be distracted still by what you said. You're not sure.
Okay. So they can hear me.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Anything else for Vitericus?
No, that's it.
Dagmar.
Okay, I'm going to move in and attack it with both my daggers.
Okay, dagger.
Oh yeah, my computer works again.
And you should
Hey!
get sneak attack too, yeah, because
Okay.
both we're all in
Mm.
So
melee.
18 to hit on the first dagger
That is a hit.
with 7 damage
Plus sneak attack
Plus
damage.
sneak attack.
plus sneak attack. Heck yeah. That's 9
Wow.
plus 7
16
Okay.
is a number.
Yeah, you're all seeing Dagmar just run in, just slashing into this thing. She is ripping it to threads. If it were a creature with blood, I would say it was bloodied at this point.
At the moment, it's looking real
And that was
frayed.
just the one dagger.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Now I get my other dagger, right?
Yep.
Oh. 6.
That does not hit, I'm afraid.
Missed it. That's fine.
Because you already put a big hole in it, so you went for the second one, and it's just
I stabbed through the same hole.
too
And the-
precise.
The rug is just going to go for the last creature that attacked it, which is Dagmar.
Oh no!
Yeah.
And it... I don't need to do it the long way anymore. I can just click on that.
Yeah!
Ooh. I think a 22 hits you, Dagmar.
Oh,
I
Heaven.
think it does.
Okay, so slash, and then whoop, this rug just suddenly envelops you completely. It's like, the mob have wrapped you up and about to drop you in a lake. And
so specific.
so Dagmar is now grappled, which is a condition that has effects on you. We'll talk about that if it becomes an issue.
I found it in my conditions menu.
But that is the entirety of its turn. So we'll see what else happens as a result of that a little bit later. But first, it is Morzod's turn.
Alright, what are my options for grappling it off her again?
I would say make an athletics check in
Okay,
order to
athletics.
grab this thing and basically wrest it off her.
Yeah. Okay.
Imagine
where
a
I
lot
get-
of muffled swearing coming from inside
lots
the
of
rug.
lots of swearing. Alright, athletics +2, that's nice. Here we go. Alright, 17.
17 is enough. Dagmar's escape DC would have been 13, so I'm going to say a 17 rips this thing
Yep.
off her. So you are now
Yep.
actually holding this rug.
Now I've got a fistful of angry rug.
Yep.
Thank you.
So that's
Yep,
your action. Is there a bonus action you can take?
So under my bonus action thing, I do have 2 weapon fighting, but I suppose that doesn't help, does it?
No, you've not got 2 weapons
No,
equipped.
that's not a thing. No. I could conjure the spiritual folding chair, but I don't think that's really all that useful at this point. I suppose.
It'd be an entertaining
that's-
visual.
Yeah, absolutely. But I mean, just Morzod fighting a rug is already hilarious. No, I suppose if that was my action, I don't really have any bonus actions or reactions that I can do.
Okay. Well, let's keep it
well,
moving.
actions in combat interact with an object. can we roll for subdue rug?
You've already taken an action that was to rip it off Dagmar.
Alright.
So, Orsi, it is your turn.
I've got it, and I'm trying to get it into one fist, I suppose.
Okay, he's gonna put his dagger down and then just reach out and just grab the rug and cast Shocking Grasp.
Okay. With advantage, because Morzod
Nice.
is grappling it.
Taking on
That's
this
a 19 to hit.
That hits.
fearsome floor covering.
4 lightning damage.
Ooh,
Was it?
so close. The lightning sears this thing. You can see it's burnt, it's charred, it's flailing wildly, but it is still active.
It's still moving. Morzod
That's
actually
me,
seems
I'm
like
done.
maybe he's having a little bit of fun. He's confused, but he's having fun.
Vitericus.
I'm really upset this thing doesn't take psychic damage, so I'm just going to hit it with my sword. What is it with this dungeon? Nothing gets hurt in the feelings. So, am I rolling with disadvantage because I'm still exhausted, or?
Nope.
That should be for
yeah.
ability checks only.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Sorry, it's always, figuring out what's an ability check and what's not. Okay, so rolling to hit then. That's an 8.
8 does not hit, I'm afraid.
Indeed. I go wide.
Alright.
That's fine.
Alright.
Uh,
Well, it's Dag's next.
yeah, Dagmar,
Oh.
since you are
Finished up.
not grappled by it anymore, you do not take a lot of damage at the start of your turn. So what do you do?
Yay.
Excellent. I'm going back in with the dagger.
Okay, dagger.
Dagger.
Dagger. Woo!
Dagger.
23.
23
That
hits.
is a
First
lot
one.
of dagger.
I recommend rolling damage before you roll another attack.
4.
4.
4 damage.
And with that, even without the sneak attack bonus that you could have rolled, you just finish slashing this rug in part, and the thing just is now completely cut in half and flops down, lifeless as a rug should be, to the ground. And you've survived the unexpected rug
Magic
attack.
carpet. I thought it was a magic carpet.
Bloody hell.
Sad
Sorry.
reference.
Are we not telling the society that we destroyed an old priceless carpet?
I mean,
Look,
it attacked us first.
Oh, so that's all
Self-defense.
that? Cool.
That's fine. If artifact attacks you
So what
first.
else is in here?
I don't think I got any other pings. Now I realize there was a skeleton on it. I should have put that together.
Oh.
Morzod's just sort of eyeing the rug and sort of contemplating to himself how you'd take teeth from something like that. It's a rug.
You're
So-
welcome to take a tassel.
As you,
Whoa.
because we're running,
Actually, yeah.
because we're running
Morzod
out.
helps himself to a tassel.
Because we're running out of time, also in this room you find, besides a tassel of a rug and the what is apparently a magical short bow,
Bow.
you also find a great many gold pieces. In fact, 1,200 gold pieces.
Oh, that's my one item. I'll take it.
Does
You
that
can,
count?
no, that does not
One
count.
gold
Counts as
piece.
I
Counts
have
as
one
one.
gold piece.
And there is a diamond.
Dragon, then.
A diamond that is nicely cut and looks to be worth maybe 300 gold pieces, and a non-magical jade figurine of a 2-headed serpent. So it's just a serpent with a head at either end, and it's probably worth about 100 gold pieces.
100 GP. 2-headed serpent. Morzord, you should hang on to this diamond.
Alright. Does this
Don't,
salt?
don't sell it. Just hang on to it.
Alright.
Fine, I claim the dragon.
That thing
It's
looks pretty cool.
two-headed serpent, but sure.
No, the gold one. The one you found
Oh.
before.
No, I already claimed those. You can't have them.
You didn't claim them.
I did. Finders keepers. Sorry. The rules
I'll
are a
take the
moving
snake.
goalpost when it comes to wizards. I feel like you should understand that by now.
I'll take the snake.
Snake? A two-headed
The-
serpent?
Two-headed
Two-headed
snake.
serpent,
It's-
yeah.
Sure,
'cause
you can
are
have
a
that.
Dragon. So,
That's fine. I hand it to him.
what's odds?
Perfect.
Thinking about tying the tassel to his med bun.
1,200. What's
And now
1,200
let's-
divided by 4?
300.
I've got a degree in
you.
it.
Well, 300 gold each if you want it. Zarasa did say it was a...
It's almost as though the DM chose a number that was divisible by 4 because he didn't want to have to think
Thanks.
too hard about it.
Maths is hard.
But then
yes,
there's the one. We've got
I
to split the one, right?
say very enthusiastically to the gold.
Well, you know what? I'll take 299 gold and you can have 300 gold. How's that?
Well, no, wasn't there like 1,201 or something?
Sure.
Kidding, of course. I will
What is going
take
on?
the money and run.
You can buy yourself a new makeup kit now.
I can. I'm so excited.
If we get out of here.
Oh, it'll be fine.
Hey.
Well, no, there's
did
still
I
those
have that
insects.
bow, or is
Mm.
Aussie holding onto the bow?
No, I gave it to you if you want to. Well, I have to identify it. If you want me to hang on to it, we can put it in the haversack. I don't know
Oh,
if it'll
thank
fit in
you.
the
Yeah.
haversack. It might not fit in the
Yeah, it
haversack.
might be cursed.
It could be cursed.
It's all right. We'll fit it in the haversack.
Yeah,
You fit a
actually,
bronze
yeah,
blade in
you
there.
hang on to it.
I mean, if we want to speed rush me identifying, like... I can
Yeah, let's do
it's up
that.
to you. Yeah. I sit
Um,
down 10
because
minutes, cast identify.
we do need to finish soon. So
Yeah.
the short bow,
Staff and the bow. Yeah.
yeah, the short bow turns out to be the Arc of the Elements. It's another homebrew
Ooh.
bow in D&D Beyond. Essentially, you can use command words to once per short rest. You can change its piercing damage into either fire, cold, lightning, or acid damage. But it'll continue to do that damage until you take another short rest or until you turn it back into piercing damage. And then it has to stay piercing damage until you take a short rest.
Pretty
I
good
love it.
bow.
Thank you.
What is the other thing that Wolsey is identifying?
The staff and the jade figure, which was magic, you said? Sorry,
Yes,
something else. was
it is in D&D Beyond. It's a jade figure of a Hadrosaurus. It basically lets you summon a Hadrosaurus mount for a temporary time.
Oh, gonna get a dinosaur mount.
Yep. And the
How cool.
staff is the Staff of Swarming Insects.
Oh, ew.
Nasty.
What's his face just drops when he realizes it.
You're literally the mummy.
I don't want it anymore. I don't like bugs.
You got
that's-
backhanded
that-
to get that.
That explains why Glow liked it so much, because bugs.
How do you think Vitericus feels after hearing the phrase swarming insects?
Well, not great.
You're not having it. I'm
but
giving this to the academy.
I was going to say, with Aussie sort of not wanting it, my eyes light up a little bit, and I'm like, well, I'll take it.
No, I'm giving it to the academy.
Are you sure?
Yes, you can't use staffs.
No, I know.
So what were you planning on doing with it?
Yeah, never mind. You keep it.
That's what I thought.
Real subtle.
Staff of the... I think that was everything. Did we miss any magic items? Oh, and the amulet, but we already know what that is because
Yeah.
Sarasa told us.
Yes.
I think that's everything. Staff, jade figure, bow. Yeah.
Cool. And with all that, I think this is a good place to finish this session. So you have explored the Ginault Palace. You have saved yourselves from the soul blending affliction while also freeing Zarasa and placing her in the new body, completing a project that she began 800 years ago. You have brought peace to countless ghosts, except for one who Vatericus witnessed actually suffer a absolutely horrible fate that nobody else is aware of. But you all feel much wiser for it, and you all gain a level.
Yay! Bing!
Yay!
Oh my
So,
goodness.
we are going to take a short break, but a long break. I mean, in a few weeks' time, we will be back as our heroes still need to make their way out of these ruins and back to Mira's Reach, whatever might be awaiting for them in the outside world. Thank you very much for watching. We do plan on having a one-shot to show you in a couple of weeks, and there should be something else going up on the channel late next week. And again, thank you to my players. You've been a delight. You continue to be a delight, and I'm sure you will be for a long time yet. So goodbye. We'll be back soon.